Welcome to the SplitLine Offroad Podcast.
Are you ready to go GNCC racing? Fans running to the fences, side by side. Forge gets a better line.
Oh boy, we got wheel to wheel right here, string. Oh, and Stu Baylor right behind him.
Russell gonna try to dive bomb down to the inside. No, can't get the line he wants. Duval is in control. We open back up. Here comes Neal once again. He's going for the pass. Oh, the bumping going on.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the SplitLine Offroad Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Rodney Cooper, and with me today, as always,
Brandon White here, guys. What is going on?
episode 083 coming at you. We are excited to be talking some Kenda 9-hour racing today. We got the SplitLine Offroad team, most of the team, in studio today. It's going to be a good episode. We have Devin Masters in studio. Devin, what's up, buddy?
What's up, guys?
We have Chase Allison coming in studio. What's going on, man?
Oh, how's it going?
We're happy to have you guys here. Happy to be talking to you. And then the third member of the team, Damian Hawkins, will be calling in to talk some Kenda 9-hour racing. So it's going to be a great episode. But before we get into it, we have to thank our awesome sponsors. First and foremost, we got to thank Guts Racing. Brandon, what does Guts stand for?
Greg's Ultimate Trick Seats, man.
Devin, you have a Guts Racing seat or a seat cover, don't you?
Oh, yeah, you know I do.
That's right. Rips the pants right off you.
That's right.
They are the best seat covers in the business. And if you don't have one, you need to get one. If you want to win one, you can try to win one. We're going to give it away one time this month at some point in time. But that's what's up. You need one of those for sure. And then you also need some seal savers.
Oh, yeah.
We have the top of the line fork and coil protection for your ATV, your dirt bike, your mountain bike, your UTV. You guys put so much money into this stuff, protect it.
That's right.
And you can use the discount code SplitLine, capital S, and save 25% off of their already affordable products.
Capital S?
Capital S.
All right.
SplitLine. And Brandon, you use those things everywhere you go. I use them.
Devin, them this weekend.
You use them.
Oh, yeah, I took it to snowshoe, lost my skid plate, and still made it through.
There we go. And then, Devin, what kind of chain sprocket kit do you run?
Sunstar.
Sunstar. And you did finish a snowshoe race, right?
I did finish.
Mm-hmm.
I
Chase?
thought I was going to tear my stuff up, but it made it.
No, I didn't finish snowshoe. Chain issues.
Oh, man. That gets you. You weren't running Sunstar, were you?
Sunstar chain and sprockets. Hey, you can save 30% on anything off of Sunstar chain and sprockets website by using the discount code SplitLine30. That's basically like a sponsorship.
Yep.
They're made of, what are they made of?
Case hardened steel.
Case hardened steel. They are made of the top of the line products. And you guys, you have Doug Kirk. Those guys over there are top of the line people. They help out a ton. Mm-hmm. Just make sure you guys go and check them out. We also got a shout out to XC Gear. We gave away a Mako 360 in the last episode for the fantasy.
For the fantasy.
My mind's boggling already.
I know, right? Oh, boy. Maybe you should have had the monster.
Maybe. But no, we gave away the Mako 360. We're going to give another one away next month. Lance and the guys over there, awesome people.
Mm-hmm.
Mako 360 for your bike or your ATV, or the Hammerhead 360 for your mountain bike. So make sure you guys check that out. Then we also got to thank Mountain State Hair Scrambles. Top of the line series if you guys want to run. You guys both have ran Mountain State Hair Scrambles. I myself, we all four have ran Mountain State Hair Scrambles. Those guys, top of the line people, making a great series for everybody just to enjoy for sure. So let's get into this episode.
Heck yeah, man. It's going to be a good one.
It is going to be a good one. We're going to be talking the 9-hour Kenda race. It's going to be
9 hours.
9 hours. That's a long race.
Hey, at least it gives me time to stop and get a snack and drink and kind of chill out for a minute.
So have we talked strategy yet? I mean,
yeah, we're going right into it, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if we should give out all the secrets.
I don't know.
I'm just wondering if we've talked.
Do we have to run to the quads?
I believe so, yeah.
Who's running?
It's a Le Mans start. So, like, literally everybody will start in one big line, and then you have to be straight across from your bike and run to it. Yeah. So I hope you run fast, because if somebody behind you starts...
Are they going to make you do, like, jumping jacks or anything like that?
What did I have to do this past weekend
I had to spin in circles.
with my
But-
hand on my head?
Yeah. Even though we were the only ones in pro class this weekend. So
Let's hope they don't make you guys do push-ups and stuff where you're out already.
they do sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Who counts those
Right.
really?
I mean, but
Who really counts those?
Nobody.
Exactly.
I know the one that I did like 3.5 push-ups when he said to do 5. You know,
Yeah,
just gotta-
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta.
Weak chest over here.
Was that because you were trying to get to the four-wheeler faster, or was that just all you could do?
Both. Let's do. I mean, both. I mean, we don't want to get pumped up before the race, right?
I mean, that's
Uh,
true.
Yeah. I mean, we just ease into it. And then I also had to kickstart my bike, so I felt like that was worth at least a push-up.
Yeah.
Right?
That's that Honda
Yeah,
for you.
that's fun.
Hey, the Honda won. The Honda won the class.
What class was that?
That was C class.
Apparently,
That's
going-
okay. So I know that you're not. I know that you're not supposed to drop down classes. I know that you're not supposed to drop down classes, but everybody else was. And my partner had never raced a race ever.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, guys.
Apparently, the secret is doing stuff before the start makes you faster because Chase was lighting up the laps. So
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
oh, don't let him lie. You can go back and look at the lap times.
Yeah.
So have you at least discussed what bike you're running this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going to run the national bike. I ran it last week at the buddy race, and it seemed to turn out okay.
That's good.
So that's our strategy for now. And then we have discussed strategy, but if Chase wants to let any of the secrets out, he can let a couple out. But
Should we wait for Damien to come on before we let the secrets out?
I think so.
Okay.
Chase, we haven't got to talk to either one of you about snowshoe. I know that you broke your chain, but how were you running before the chain broke?
I believe I was probably right around, I think, 6th or 7th with Kenny Schick, and we were moving pretty good. And we went down into Howard's Hole, second lap, and I caught a weird rock and just ended it.
Man, chains is such
It is.
a bummer at that place. It
Yeah.
happens all the time.
I believe that's, I don't think I finished at snowshoe since maybe 17.
Oh,
Oh,
geez.
man.
Why even go back?
Yeah,
That's like, why do I keep going?
it's rough.
I
yeah.
get mad. I would already just been like, I'm not going. I'm just not doing it.
That's all right. If anybody needs any advice on chains and sprockets, Doug can get
Yep.
into the comments there and let you know what to do.
Yeah, Doug's in the show. And speaking of the comments, thank you guys for joining the show and,
Hey,
and commenting.
what's it-
Isaiah, I see you over there with the Ricky Bobby quote. David Hawkins is in the house. Jeff, you're welcome for the Mako 360s.
Oh,
so
yeah.
pumped to give that to you guys. Dusty, what's up, man? Tyler, yeah, let's appreciate you guys joining in tonight.
Hey, guys, make sure you like and share this.
Yeah, Devin
That's-
reminded us to say it because we
That's right.
always
And then
forget
he almost
to say that.
forgot. He almost forgot.
Yeah.
See?
Well,
we were
I
talking.
didn't want to overstep my boundaries. That's
Oh,
what
guys,
happened.
is that what it is?
No,
Yeah.
no, I mean, so it's hard for us to say like and share because we're like, it's kind of, but you can say like and share.
Yeah,
That-
But
that's
he
true.
always does share.
he does.
So we appreciate you guys sharing and
Yeah, you're giving me crap here. Before the show, right before we came live, I shared it.
Listen,
As it was
I know.
coming on.
You
Listen.
guys are faster than me. I don't know. Fast fingers over there.
Devin will do anything for this show. He will even let you sleep in his in his own hotel room so you don't have anywhere to stay.
Oh.
I know from personal experience.
Well, I didn't want you outside.
Yeah.
It seemed a little cold out there.
It was.
It could have rained.
Yeah.
So
It was almost cold outside as it was hot in your room.
that's true. The AC did not work. So
In the
Did you
whole
ask for a
building.
discount? Get a discount?
no, they didn't give us a
Which
discount.
building?
What?
Mountain Lodge.
Allegheny Springs didn't have any AC either.
What?
Do they just not like we're not worried about it?
I guess we're
well,
not important enough.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe they're more worried about the heat
So-
in the wintertime.
One other thing we need to talk to them since they bring up the rain. How was the start for you guys? I know you guys are fine.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad.
You didn't think it was bad? What about you, Devin?
I mean, me and Alex came together a little bit in the first turn, and then he spun himself out. But I managed to come out in the second, so it wasn't too bad for me, but kind of sucked for him a little bit.
Right.
And then we proceeded to go the next 3 to 4 laps, kind of passing each other back and forth. Yeah, it was.
You had a
Pretty,
good run. You had a good run. That's a shoe.
it wasn't bad, but it's not where I want to be.
Well,
Was that the practice bike or the national bike?
That was my national bike.
Oh, okay. So it's starting to
So-
come around. making some adjustments to it?
Not too bad, but it's not perfect.
I think he's starting to ride his national bike at local races. Is this true?
Yeah, and I
Is
ran
that-
it at
is
the
that
buddy
all we
race.
said to do?
Yeah.
Well, I ran it at the buddy race, and while Chase was on the track, I was adjusting my rebound and stuff on my shocks. So,
Hey, you got
I just wanted to get it tuned for this weekend.
That's right.
So how was the buddy race? You guys ended up winning the overall.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I had pretty a lot of fun. The track was pretty sweet. It
Yeah.
was I think one of the best tracks in a while up at High Point
Really?
for a local race.
I mean, High Point has like 37 races a year on that facility, and I heard from several people that they did a really good job at creating kind of like new lines and linking. It wasn't like the same old same there this weekend.
It wasn't. I thought the flow was really nice. You didn't really feel like you were out of place any line you took.
Yeah.
It just felt like you were flowing.
Yeah, awesome. So, how's your season been going so far at the Nationals? We were talking a little bit about it before we got on the show, and it seems like you're wanting more out of it. But just walk us through your season so far.
Well, I decided to jump up to XC2 from College A. I knew I wasn't going to be winning. I just wanted to take this year to learn some things and just get my feet wet and maybe come out swinging next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So got off. I think I finished the first 3, and then bad luck started striking. Just some stupid stuff. I believe I did. I could have finished one race, but I decided to pull off. I don't remember the reason.
I got you. Yeah.
I think my best finish was maybe a 8th or 9th. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean,
that class is stacked.
that's a big step.
It's a big step, and you hear a lot about there's like a lot of like fast guys and a lot of loose fast guys in that class.
Yeah.
And it just, I think we were talking to Cole Richardson. He was talking about the hole shots and everything, and the difference between the XC1 hole shot and the XC2 hole shot. And he said he would rather go into the turn with XC1 guys than XC2 because there's just a lot of guys that aren't afraid to hang it wide open into that turn.
That's the first 2-3 corners is the worst part of the whole race.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's out for blood. And that's this year. I'm like, I don't really want to push it and maybe get myself hurt. So I just been usually trying to stick back and maybe pick up some passes later on.
Yeah, for sure.
Learn the pace. I think it's probably the hardest thing in the woods. Going from class to class is probably learning that pace.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Back in A class, I started to feel like I could get the pace, and then once I moved up, it kind of hit me pretty quick that it's going to take a while to get used to it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It is kind of weird. Like when I ran XC2, I was a top 10 rider, maybe. And then when I went to A class, by doing that, I have since found more speed, I think. But to move back up, I don't know what it is different, but you can run the speeds of some of those guys, and then you move up to race with them, and then you don't have the same speed that you had on them. So I'm not sure what the big difference is, but it even happens when you see like the XC2 guys move up to XC1. So I don't know why there's a little bit of adjustment that has to happen there. It's like, well, I was beating them before, so I should be able to run with them now at least.
Yeah.
All mental, man.
Even
So-
catching them from a row back.
Yeah.
And running with them.
So because you made that jump, do you feel like that you have found more speed? It's just, it may not be reflecting in your results, but you yourself, you feel like you're growing?
I definitely think I found a lot more speed, and the problem is that it took a while for maybe everyone to realize, so we can actually start getting the quad working to handle that speed rather than what I used to be riding it at. So we've just been slowly working on some suspension and changing some few things and trying to get more comfortable.
Right. Now, Devin, it's been a minute since we've had you in studio, and since then, like the past 2 races, like you've really done a good job. I mean, the race up at High Point, the GNCC at the Mason-Dixon, you were running in the lead for quite a bit of that race, and like really putting a hard charge in.
Yeah, so I was on the practice bike running my stock stuff that day, and it was a good race. I felt good. Felt like I was riding where I needed to be. A couple of us going back and forth. I was still felt like I was in control of the race. I It was just stupid mistakes that happened. A stick got wedged in my four-wheeler so bad I had to flip it upside down to pull it out. So stuff that doesn't usually happen kind of got me.
Happens when you're in the lead, right?
Yeah. So I went to pull the stick out. I realized I couldn't pull it out. So I just flipped the bike upside down and pulled it out that way because I knew it was going to be faster and save me more time to do it. And then we went from there. We went to Greensboro, put in a good ride with Jay there, and battled pretty good. Felt pretty good going into snowshoe. Went up there, was running second, battling with Alex. So we were going back and forth all day. And then on the last lap, I decided to go for it in the mud hole, and it was probably not the best decision. I lost a good bit of time there. Ended up 4th and 24th. Probably should have been more like 2nd and 20th. But we'll take it and keep moving forward, and then come back from the summer break, hopefully ready to try to rack off some wins. But you got to put in the work, right?
We're going to get some fantasy points before the end of the year, right?
I mean, I'm going to keep betting on myself until I get something.
There we
Right.
go. There we go.
I mean, he was only, 6 back from getting four back?
24th.
24th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. You're getting there.
Yep. It's closer, but still not enough. I want to get inside of the top 20. So
We were sitting in the hotel room on snowshoe, and everybody in the room were like, "All right, Devin, you're on the team. You got to be ready. Let's go."
I'm glad you guys did that because it gave me a little bit more breathing room for my championship lead, my points lead.
Oh, no faith over here. Listen to this guy.
That's all right. Rodney can keep betting on me, and then once it starts paying off,
That's right.
There we go.
you're in trouble.
Once it hits one time, right?
There we go.
Nah, hopefully it's more than once. But
So going into this weekend, the 9-hour race, if you guys haven't heard already, we're kind of helping this team out along with Gatus Racing. Really excited to see what you guys can do. And this weekend, it's going to be a stacked class for sure, or a stacked race for sure. There's got a lot of people there. I've heard a lot of names showing up to this race.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the teams are, but I've heard a good amount of names get thrown out there.
yeah, it's some big names coming out that we've heard. I don't know if any teams are secretive or not, or if we're allowed to say what teams are what, but yeah, there are definitely some heavy hitters that are going to be there. If you guys just want to go watch these guys ride, it's going to be it's pretty much like a GNCC out there, but with teams.
Yep, for most of the day.
Yeah.
One race.
I think it's going to be great for the spectators. And
I think it'd be
Tanner
fun.
will be on later. He can tell us about the track.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Tanner's going to be on later. He's going to be joining us the show. And when I was talking to him today, he was telling me that he will probably be in a skid steer when he takes the call this evening. So yeah, he's created a I don't know if you want to. I forget what they're calling it, but it's like a joker line or a long way around. And the line that he created is going to have sand, rocks. I think he said he put 100 tons of sand in this line, and I think he said something about if you hit it and you hit it right, it's going to save you about 30 seconds a lap.
Wow,
that's quite a bit of time there. But if you don't hit it right,
cost you? How much is it going to cost you? That's the NC.
That's the big question.
That's the big question.
Yeah, for sure. The litter box is what Dusty is saying. The litter box is the name of the line. So if that tells you anything.
Yeah. I think I even saw him putting some pine trees and stuff out too. So
putting pine trees out there?
Yeah, he posted on his story.
Just like stacking them up?
He had some just laying on the ground in a row. So I don't know if he's going to try to take like some dirt and just turn them into jumps or what he's going to do with them. But
nice.
I just saw where they were laying on the ground, and he kind of hinted that they were going to be in it. So we'll be able to see.
Interesting.
Doug Kirk, I thought you were running the Ironman. He said he was running the Ironman, but now I'm seeing where he's saying he has a points race that weekend. So
this weekend?
This week. Wait.
He
said that weekend. It is this weekend.
It is
Doug.
this weekend, Doug.
So you need to make the trip out.
Yeah.
I will, for one, not be there though.
I have a legitimate excuse.
You
do not have a legitimate excuse.
Okay, I'm going fishing
or
with
racing.
Fishing with my dad.
Well, racing with your dad would be better, right?
Well,
yeah, that is true. You could make a team with you and your dad.
yeah, that is true. That is true. I definitely would have to run C class again though. I'd have to. I know you're not allowed to bump back down, but
do they have a vet C class, or is it just C class?
See,
maybe we should fill them in.
What's that?
Doug is going out to run in the desert in September.
yeah.
Yes.
So I see somebody was in there asking about a desert race that's going on. I believe that's a score race or a series that's similar to it. I'm sure Doug has a little more of the details.
Wasn't it Vegas to Reno?
Yeah.
I think it's Doug. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's 250 miles.
Yeah.
Instead
Weren't you
of
supposed to be going and doing it with them?
So we've been talking about this, and it is possible that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Nice.
I think Doug has a team, but he offered to try to get me out there so we could do something. So
Gotcha.
Nice.
Now,
Nice.
is this your guys' first like long race? Like either one of you guys? Like, have you guys ever done anything like this before? Or
I haven't.
No.
No.
I've always wanted to do like the Heartland.
Heartland?
Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
people, that's what a lot of people are comparing this to, the Heartland Challenge, and that's what it is. The Heartland Challenge is 10 hours. This one's 9 hours.
Mhm.
You're not going to have to run a light. That's good because you don't have to buy. What are you guys thinking? Maybe
I mean,
What time's the race start?
it's okay. So
11.
it'll be over at 8 p.m. You should
in
be good.
In the
then
woods,
thick
though.
woods.
In the woods, you might have to have a light bar.
Listen, I've ran some mountain state races where we were really pushing daylight.
That's true.
Yeah, so I
That's
think
true.
you should be good. I mean, peek outside right now. We're about half an hour away from that time. I think you'd be all right.
Well,
I put my headlights on just in case.
Just get like a little
Little
like
headlamp,
hunting lamp.
a
Yeah.
coal
Yeah.
miner's lamp. That's what you need.
I'm going to take my stuff. I still have the plug-in and stuff on my four-wheeler, so I'm going to take the stuff for my headlight just in case. But we were talking about it, and it's supposed to rain and stuff this week. So, I mean, if it starts getting cloudy or something like that, that could play in a lot in the woods.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the fields as much, but
Yeah.
when you're trying to get over the rocks and stuff in the woods, that could definitely play a factor.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. So, well, before we talk too much more of the team tactics and everything, and I don't know how much you guys want to give away, let's get your other teammate on. Have you guys like officially had a team meeting yet? Besides a group text, have we talked?
Yeah, in our group text.
Yeah, okay, no, I mean, I want to hear voices. I want to hear like the heart in the race. So
They all just said we're all going to go wide effing open. Is that what they said?
pretty much.
Wide
Yeah,
WFO.
So we're gonna get Damien on the line, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn that up.
Yep.
There we go. And we're gonna talk some team tactics. We're gonna bounce ideas off of each other. Damien?
Yep.
Hey,
Hey.
Damien, it's Cooper and Brandon from the SplitLine Show. Thanks for joining us tonight, man.
How's it going, guys?
It's
Going
going,
good.
it's going good. It's going good. We got your other teammates in the room. Sorry that you live a little too far to make it in tonight. But Devin and Chase are sitting right here, and we were just talking, about like strategy for the weekend, and really excited to see what you guys come up with and how you guys do this weekend.
Yeah. We've been talking a little bit about strategy.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you guys are wanting to get into it, like too in depth tonight, but we'll get into that.
Are we
here.
like rock, paper, and scissors? Who goes first and last?
Well,
And
I know. I'll just say it really depends who else is going first for the other teams who's
Mm.
starting.
Oh,
so
okay.
like Walker Fowler starting. Who's starting for you guys?
He wasn't really in the conversation of like if Walker Fowler starts, which one of us is going to go first. But there is some other riders where like each of us were like, okay, if this person is the one that goes first, then
We go
I
with
would
this.
like to
I
do it.
got you.
Yeah.
If it comes down to where there's multiple of those people taking off at the same time, then maybe we do like a coin flip or
I got
something.
you.
But
Gotcha. So, well, before we get into the 9-hour race, Damien, how's your season been going in College A this year? Let's talk a little bit about your season and how you've been doing in that class this season so far.
Well, I've had a couple breakdowns, a couple DNFs due to, new ball joints going out or something stupid like that. But I ain't complaining with the finishes I have. I've put in some pretty solid races.
That's good. What class are you running again?
College A.
College A.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
College
Yeah.
A.
So you're not running College A, are you?
no, I'm junior A.
Oh, man,
I'm
He's
there's,
too old.
there's too many classes. Like
There's so many A. There's so
Jeez.
many classes. Yeah.
I know.
Get them all confused.
I know.
But Damien, how was your snowshoe? Did you do pretty good up on the mountain?
Well, I done decent, except I had me a pretty good crash first lap, which done me in pretty good, knocked the wind out of me.
Mm.
But I mean, I still put my head down, charged, and ended up 5th.
That's not bad.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's probably. I'm looking at your season so far, and like that's your best season, your your best finish so far this season, and so it's good to see. I mean, a finish like that on the mountain, that place is a tough place to finish, let alone have a good finish. So that's awesome to see. You there?
You there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So let's get into the Kinda 9-hour race.
1 second before you move on.
Uh-huh.
I will say, Damien had the best start out of all of us at Snowshoe. You were asking about the wet start.
Mhm.
He did pull the whole shot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there was a section on the west side of the mountain that me and him were on the track at the same time, and we came into a rock garden, and he got a little bit sideways and I got a little bit sideways, and we got stuck. And I helped him get out, and then made sure everything was good, and we got out of there. And he was running pretty good up there. So
That's awesome.
I thought maybe you helped him get out. And he just took off and left you.
So
no, he didn't.
So we didn't hear who your third guy was for the team until after Snowshoe. Did you discuss do you want to be on my Kinda team as you were helping him out of that rock garden? Is that how that worked?
Yeah, we decided to just take a couple minutes there to talk about the 9-hour. I was like, hey, you hear about the 9-hour coming up? So we just decided to stop right there.
That's
So
good time for strategizing.
Yeah. But no, what really happened is we were at Snowshoe. We still needed a third person. And Scott Wilhelm actually had mentioned that they were interested in running the 9 hours. So after Snowshoe, I've reached out and we discussed it, and we ended up making it happen. So
Sweet. Yeah.
Nice. So Damien, we asked both of these guys, and neither one of them have ever ran a long style race, like the Heartland Challenge or one like this. Will this also be your first long team race?
Yes, it will be actually.
Okay, gotcha.
So how we splitting the hours up? We doing 1 each hour, 2 hours? What? How we doing it?
they're really pressing for information, aren't they?
I mean,
You can just give us
listen.
you can give us bogus information if you want. No one really cares.
Let's just say we're gonna make it to where we have a good enough break for each of us in case something goes wrong. We have
Okay.
time.
Yeah. I think it'll help us with being able to keep up the speed on the track too, the way we're doing it. So
Now, how long is the track?
I heard
many
it's 9 hours.
I'm-
Nine
I was gonna say,
9
yeah.
miles. 9
Yeah,
miles.
he
I'm
heard.
sorry.
I know I only raced up at Tanner's once.
Mhm.
That was 2 years ago. I didn't go last year. From when I raced it, it wasn't a bad track. So I feel like it could be pretty fast. It could be pretty slow. It's going to depend on the conditions.
I got you. I wasn't sure how long a lap time was going to take and how many laps you guys are going to put in 1 hour or 30 minutes and is there a thing where you have to because I've run some other buddy races before, you have to have even numbers? Since it's 3, I don't know how it works with 3, or does it matter how many laps someone does? Or
So with this rate, like your typical buddy races, like you're talking about, you have to run 2 and 3 if there's 5 laps and there's 2 people on the team. With this particular race, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
So one of us could run more than the others,
Sure,
and
I got you.
it won't matter. As far as how long it's going to take to make a lap, I believe Seth said he was shooting for 20-minute laps.
Ooh, okay.
It's a
He
good number.
probably could tell us a little bit more about that, but I think that'd be pretty good. So you're
Yeah.
looking at 3 laps an hour.
3 laps an hour. It's not bad.
That's not bad.
Mm-mm.
But I have experience at Tanner's racing, and we actually put on a race there before everybody else did when we had our race series. So I know a little bit about the terrain that's there, and I think that'll help out a little bit. At Damien, though, he might be at a little bit of a disadvantage at first, just trying to get used to it, because I don't think you've ran there. Have you, Damien?
No, I have not.
So, Damien, you're from Kentucky, right?
Yep.
Okay. How long of a drive is it going to be for you this weekend?
I think it's 7.5 hours.
Ooh, he's south.
Yeah.
He's southern Kentucky.
Yeah, he's
huh?
Southern Kentucky for sure.
Yeah.
So, I'm not familiar with that terrain down there. Like when you come up this way, how different is that from what you typically run and what you practice on in your home area?
It's a little bit different. It's, more rocks, more roots, all that kind of stuff. Usually down here in Kentucky, you just got straight mountains and hill climbs, and, all that stuff. It's a little bit different.
So that's why you really enjoyed snowshoe, right?
Yeah,
I feel like a little bit like home, right?
it sure does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so going into this race though, that area, is it really like? How is the terrain? Is it? Do we have a lot of uphills and downhills, or is it pretty flat?
I think Chase could probably.
I mean, there's a couple hills, nothing too crazy. At least when I ran it, I know there a good bit of rocks, a good bit of roots.
Yeah.
So it's I'd say it's a mix of like the Mason-Dixon and a snowshoe.
Gotcha. Mix of Mason-Dixon and snowshoe.
Is this the property that you had? Because I went to one of your races when you did it. It was in PA, and it was out towards like 68, like Maryland. Is this, or is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
With the
So we put on the first race there, and Tanner and his family are super awesome.
I'm trying to remember because I think I was the property we went to. I knew it was fresh terrain. That's why me and my buddy went. He drugged me out there, and he ended up breaking his ribs. Dan broke his ribs out there a little bit, but
yeah, that was it. We had a couple other Pennsylvania tracks, but they weren't out in that area. So it definitely had to be that one. They do have some pine tree sections. A lot of fast stuff too. You can put in a good bit of fast stuff. Motocross track. I don't know if they'll let us run that for the 9 hour or not, but Tanner does a really good job of keeping up on that and always changing it up with that track. So I would say that we're going to have a super good mixture of terrain, different obstacles, things like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So, Damien, have you heard about the this section on the track that I guess they're calling the kitty litter section? That I guess kind of like what you would I guess be like a Joker line.
I heard that's for the Honda, all the oil the Hondas leave behind when they're done. I'm just joking.
So, Damien, have you heard about that part of the track?
No, I have not actually.
So I guess there's like a line where it's basically it's going to be shorter, but it's from what I've heard, Tanner has put in like 100 tons of sand, some rocks, roots. It's just a gnarly section, but from what I heard, it's going to be a decent amount faster. It's approximately what is that? Approximately 45 seconds faster. That's pretty quick, unless you get stuck.
Is this Tanner?
Is it? Hey,
I was going to say this is like it just says Facebook.
Whoever just said the litter box approximately 45 seconds. We can't see your name, so just type who you are in the comment section.
That's the whole point. I think that's the whole point. You don't want us to know.
I think they are trying to keep it secret.
Unless you're trying to keep it a secret.
As much information as they're giving out here.
Giving a ton of information. If they ghost us on that, then we know it's a secret.
Know it's a secret.
We're on to something.
So let me ask you guys, like, if you go through this section and it's rough getting through. Oh, is it Jeff? It is Jeff. Okay, that's weird because Jeff's commented on the show before. And what's up, hardcore?
Yeah, what's up, Jeff?
So, if you're going through this section and it's gnarly and like you're barely making it through, like risk reward, like it's one of those things.
Now, is this going to be a team decision? Like, is this like if you feel like you can get through it, go for it, or is it like, hey guys, we got to hit this every lap, or like, hey, let's not avoid this. Like, let's just avoid this section.
I don't know. How do you feel about it, Damien?
I mean, I'm gonna hit it.
I was gonna say it's almost like one of the Ironman Hill things, the Howard's Hole things. You just gotta make sure you pick a smart line. I mean, I know Howard's Hole, you're kind of forced into a line, but
my question is, I wonder if it's close enough to like the paddock to where, like, you guys, like, let's say Damien's out there, if you guys could run over to it and watch him through.
I believe there's a good bit of field up there, so I believe it'll be accessible. At some point, whether it's an e-bike or something.
Yeah,
I think that story that Tanner put up it should be pretty close. If we end up parking in the same spot that we usually park, it should be pretty close. There's like a section of pine trees that kind of separate it's just a tiny little field section back there. I think they were going to put it in that though. So if that's the case, you should be able to walk over to it. So
I would say it's probably like a fan attraction to watch people go through a hard section. So I'd say you put it to where it's pretty accessible.
Yeah, absolutely. Harvey said it's coming back into the main field area. So I mean, maybe that's something that you guys could be able to watch one rider go through it, and then maybe even watch other guys and see what lines are faster.
Gotta give him the signal when he comes through.
Give him the bat signal.
Gotta give him the bat signal.
I don't know. If I'm eating Chips Ahoy cookies, I might have to give it a second.
It'd be more like the Joker signal.
So, Damien, when are you making the trip up here? Are you going to be up here like the day before, or how's that going to work for you?
I think we're leaving tomorrow, probably after I get off work, and we'll probably head up there. Probably get there around about Friday morning sometime.
Gotcha.
Right.
So, going into the rest of the season, what are tracks that you're more looking forward to? I have to assume because you're Kentucky boy that likes hilly terrain. You're looking at Beckley. That's got to be one circled on your list. Kind of more like a more mild version of snowshoe. What are you thinking about?
I really like the Beckley race, but I'm really looking forward to Ironman. I absolutely love Ironman.
Okay.
I've always done good there, and I'm hoping I do at least pretty decent.
I mean, Ironman high speeds. I mean, is this track this weekend? I feel like it's probably got a little bit of open field high speed sections.
It's going to depend on the weather, I'd say.
Oh, that's one thing we've not talked about.
Yeah.
What's weather look like this weekend?
Thunderstorm.
It looks like mud.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
That's
Looks
what you
like
guys
mud.
like, right?
I mean,
everybody else
no.
I talk about dust, and you guys are like, no.
No,
man.
see, okay.
I should
So
have plenty
him and
of
I,
traction.
okay. So Brandon and I are always in this argument. He likes dust
I don't
because
like
he
it.
doesn't like to wash any type of mud off of his
No.
bike.
I like it tacky, but if it can't be tacky, I'd rather be dusty.
He, so he switched over to bikes, and he goes over and he runs at fast tracks all the time where they
Yeah.
perfectly groom the
Yeah.
track. He is this
Perfect.
close to becoming asphalt cowboy over here.
I told you, we're motocrossers at heart.
fair weather racers.
I am. Like,
Now listen, I remember some mud motos we were in.
well, I have pictures of some motos we were in, but at that time I was young and dumb and didn't really care about money, and now I do.
So, Damien, are you like motocross guy or at heart? Do you just strictly stick to woods?
I mostly stick to woods, but I have a lot of fun on motocross track.
I tell you what, man, there's been so much like cross training nowadays. You see so many guys hitting the motocross track to develop their speed and their pace. How are you with that? Are you good with jumping and everything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I do got a motocross track about 5 minutes from my house. So
Nice.
usually sometimes I'd take a day off and I'd go down there and hit, a couple motos, probably after do a run or two just to get the fitness in the game.
Yeah.
all that.
I'm jealous right now. I miss my motocross track local.
You know what else works really good, right? I've been cross training too. I've been turning on YouTube and watching the GoPros, and I think it's working. I mean,
But are you sitting while you're watching the GoPros, or what?
yeah, sometimes I flip the remote back and forth so
Okay,
I can
I got
work out
you.
my thumb.
I got you.
So no, here's the game. Here's what you need to do. This is what I was doing when I was racing full time.
Full time.
I would jump on the spin bike, right? Put the YouTube on, watch who was it that at that point in time was running
Racing
the
Neil,
GoPro?
probably.
Huh?
Neil.
Yeah, yes, it was Neil's videos. So you watch Neil's videos and you get your heart rate up, and you just kind of like you feel like you're in the race with them, right? So then when you actually go to race, it's almost like you ever see baseball players when they're in the batter's box and before they go up to the plate, they take the weight off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's like. You just like for me, I would just take the speed off of it, right? You take all the speed off, you're going, makes everything easier.
All right.
Yeah, I thought that once too. Once again, Greensboro, me and Jay were riding pretty close together, and I was like, oh, this is going to be close. and then he passed me. So after that, he pulled out just enough gap, and I'm pretty sure he just kept me where he wanted me. So I didn't feel as great about it at the end, but I felt pretty good in the moment, right in the beginning of the race. I mean, I got the whole shot. That never happens. I have no idea how my bike started that fast. And then I was just kind of cruising along, feeling good. Didn't want to go too fast on the first lap. And then I looked back and there's Jay. So once I saw Jay, I was like, well, I'm definitely leading him for the first lap. So I had to run like the last mile of the race on the first lap, just trying to cook it through the fields and stuff to make sure he didn't pass me. And then I actually surprised myself, and he let me lead for another half a lap before he really made me feel bad about it. So that was nice of him. So shout out to Jay for doing that. But no, it's cool. Well, I think the strategy going into this weekend is going to be pretty good. I see Adam Derrick was asking who the pit mechanic's going to be. At this point, I don't think we really had like a set mechanic. I think it was just all hands on deck. But I mean, if Adam wants to show up, I got tools and everything there where we could use somebody as a set guy. So I know Dusty.
What's that?
I'll have this whole setup. I'll take the nationals.
There we go.
Yeah, they always have plenty of parts because I've even borrowed some of their Yamaha parts to get my Suzuki to the finish.
Yeah,
I lost a swing arm bolt once. We took his Yamaha bolt and put it in there. It's not the right size at all, but I mean, it had a nut on it and stuff, so it couldn't come all the way out.
So who's in charge of food?
That's what I was getting ready to ask. So it's a 9-hour race. So you guys are going to have to
Who's the grill man? Who's the grill man? Who's grilling?
I know my mom was talking about what everyone wants to eat and everything, but I'm not sure.
Damien, what's the normal race day meal that you go to?
What do you mean?
Like what do you eat on race day?
What do you typically eat before the race? I mean, do you have is it like something you typically do or you just kind of whatever?
Usually when the youth race starts, I'll eat breakfast. I'll eat a sausage egg wrap. And usually about midway through the AM race, I'll have me 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches right before the race. Makes me feel good.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, well, you guys are gonna. I mean, this is a 9-hour race, so you guys are gonna have a lot of downtime in between.
You got breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if you guys, let's just say it works out to you where you guys are taking an hour a piece run time. So you're going to have 2 hours of downtime. So you're going to need to eat. You're going to need to stretch,
sleep,
maybe.
Take a nap.
No, I don't know. Maybe not sleep.
I probably have the best diet, to be honest with you. I'm pretty strict about what I eat. So I'll probably start off the morning with like some Lucky Charms or something. That way I can try to get some of the luck from it.
Yeah.
And then Bobby apparently has already made sure that we're going to have the chocolate chip cookies ready. So that'll be pretty good.
This is making me feel extremely confident.
Is this in our contract that we signed with him that he can eat this stuff or what?
He hasn't signed a contract yet,
okay.
but don't read the fine print until after.
Oh yeah, wait. Maybe I should sign it first.
Yeah.
And then I'll do some stretches. So you get some real important stuff in there. That'll get you motivated. And then for lunch, I'll probably eat like 3 or 4 of whatever they have.
Yeah.
And that won't affect me any there. Hopefully they have like some really sloppy burgers or something I can.
He's on the Bob Rittenhouse.
So the Bob Rittenhouse race. Yeah.
He just needs some Skittles and some pulled pork and some nachos.
We're going for the John Daly approach.
That was pretty much Bob Rittenhouse and John Daly are about the same.
Yep.
So, okay, my question is, and Damien, I want your input as well. The three of you, okay, so we've talked, I'm sure you guys have thought about like, okay, who's the best starter? Who's the best, of the three that can set a good pace? But in this race, because you guys are going to have to sprint to the bike, who's the fastest runner?
See, he's got the longer legs, I guarantee it.
I mean,
Damien, how close are you to Chase's height?
I don't think I'm only 6 foot. Yeah.
Only 6 foot.
I'm 6'1".
I'll say you guys are pretty close.
Okay.
He just looks a lot taller.
So
because he's Devin, that's what it is.
So when we meet up, when we meet up, we need you guys to put your racing boots on, and we need like a 20-yard race sprint.
You guys got to do time trials. It's like the NFL Combine.
I mean, I used to run in high school.
Yeah,
So-
I sprinted in track.
See, here we
Okay.
go.
Okay. Oh man.
There we
Okay.
go.
I'm feeling. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So Chase has some high school track sprinting experience. Damien, do you got anything like that?
I done basketball back in middle school.
Oh, okay.
Middle school basketball. Okay.
Perfect.
And you ran in high school as well?
So
Devin?
I used to run, and then I had some scholarship offers and stuff for cross country. And then I also played basketball in my off time. I only did stuff that was not interfering with racing.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so I did a little bit of basketball, but I would say overall sprint speed on the four-wheeler, it's probably going to be one of those two. I feel like after like a couple laps, I'm a little bit better, but that first initial lap, I don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're younger. They get a little faster, right?
man, that's messed up. I'm not even that old.
How old are you?
23.
Oh, shoot. Man, my bad.
Old soul. Old soul.
Oh my goodness. All right, I quit.
I'm just messing with. Well, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh, okay. See, he's got 3 years on you, man. 3 years is a lot.
How old's Damien?
Damien, how old are you?
16.
Oh, well,
See?
shoot.
He's got a
He's
lot
got to
of
be
years.
the first guy, man. He's, wide open.
Yeah.
Young
that's-
guys that go wide open all the time.
Yep. I
So-
mean, in the challenging sections and stuff, that's what I'm planning on.
So I have a question, and if Jeff is still listening, Jeff might be able to be the one to answer. Oh, sorry. Jeff might be able to be the one to answer this question. If you happen to break down out on the track, how can you handle that as a team?
From the rules that I read and understanding, I believe that I don't know if you have to wait to be towed out or if one of your teammates can just
Start where you left off, like go into
start from the impound from or wherever. From
Oh, because,
we're
yeah, there's an
switching.
impound. Yeah.
So maybe
They
like
would just have to restart the lap and
restart the lap.
okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
We
I'm
have
not
walk-
100% sure on how that's going to work. When I read the rules, like you could still race, but I was a little fuzzy on whether you have to be towed back in before the next person can take off,
Yeah.
or if somebody can just take off from the impound and then whoever's out there can get towed back in at some point. So,
Okay.
Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay.
that's, a little. I'm confused on that too.
And then another question I have is like, if one of your guys' bikes break
That was
down,
going to be my next question. Go ahead.
go ahead, Brandon.
No, you're fine.
No. You ask.
Okay. All right. Now, so if one of your guys break down, do any of your guys is like, do you feel comfortable riding his, or do you feel comfortable riding?
I've only ever sat on a Suzuki once in my life, and I'll say it didn't feel that bad.
Okay.
Damien, how do you feel about Suzuki's?
I mean, I've heard they handle really good, so I've never rode one personally, but I would be excited to ride one, to be honest with you.
I mean, everybody uses their front ends for a reason. So
Yeah,
That's what I was going to say. You got to use Suzuki parts, make Yamahas faster anyways. So
I mean, I'm just looking at Devin, and so you're 5'7", he's 6'1", and Damien is 6 foot.
uh-huh.
I mean, is the bar height going to be too tall if you get on their bike?
no, actually,
I
me and
run
him
low
run-
bend.
Oh, really?
Ours are pretty
Stocks them
similar.
with low bend bars.
Really? Wow. I figured you'd be a little bit higher. Get up.
I like the bars being lower. It helps
I
me
gotcha.
stay like more aggressive, kind of.
Yeah.
That's weird. I figure I feel like a lot of Woods guys would be a little taller. I don't know why. I don't know.
Mm,
That's weird.
not
I know
me.
for sure I could ride his bike.
Is that why when you guys roll them, you guys just throw already down on the tank and you just take back off? Or?
Could be. I mean, you wouldn't notice as much, but I know I can ride Chase's bike. I've done it before.
Okay.
They let
Okay.
me take it for a test ride, so it didn't feel bad actually. I mean, he's a little bit taller than me, so it's a little bit different, but
I
That
got
was that was same exact setup but different quad.
I
Yeah.
got you. All right.
yep.
Yeah.
So, Damien, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming on the show tonight, and really pumped that you're on this team, and really excited to see what you guys do this weekend. Unfortunately, neither one of us are not going to make it to the race. Neither one, Brandon and I, are going to make it to the race this weekend, but we're going to be watching the live timing and everything, and see how you guys do, man. So, yeah, man, absolutely, really appreciate you coming on the show tonight.
No, thank y'all for having me. been a fun time.
Absolutely,
All right,
man. And we're gonna try to have you on down the road again for sure. And before we let you go,
Oh yeah.
toughest question of the show, and you're about to be thinking about this as well. For first time guests, we have to ask if if you had to pick one fast food restaurant and one candy for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh God.
Toughest question of the show.
He's Southern Kentucky, so it's probably going to be some kind of like chicken, some chicken place, right?
Maybe like a
It's
Popeyes.
got to be Zaxby's.
See,
Ah,
I
there we go,
told you.
Zaxby's.
I
Yep.
told you.
After every
That's
race,
understandable.
I will make Dad drive away just to go get some Zaxby's.
Okay,
Drive away
yeah.
from home. If you're driving away from home on the way home to a race from a race, then that's got to be some good food.
Yeah,
It is. Love it.
I got some. My wife's family's from Louisville, and they love Zaxby's down there. I'm like, what's so special about Zaxby's? But they love it. I don't know.
All right, what about candy?
It's got to be Reese Pieces, man.
No,
Reese's Pieces.
Got it.
All
All
right.
right. Yeah, so he's gonna be eating Zaxby's
Got
and Reese Pieces on the way up here, guys.
Hey, we actually just had cookie cake for Parker's birthday today and had Reese's Pieces in it.
Ooh.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Oh, that sounds good.
They got them at
Hey,
Walmart.
you
So
got to
maybe,
get- you got to
maybe
get
we can
another
make
one.
it happen.
Yeah.
Let's hold off on the cookie cake until after the 9-hour race.
At least
When
after
you
1
guys-
hour.
Yeah.
Listen. I figured out that if Stu Baylor can drink that much beer and still be fast, there's no reason that I shouldn't have one bad habit.
I guess so. Stu's on a different
Hey.
on a different program.
I told you guys what I had before, and I'm racing this weekend, so I figured I'm gonna do the Stu Baylor diet.
Yeah.
I'm just out here
It
trying
works,
to,
man.
Yeah.
I'm just out here trying to live my best life.
Say big boys gotta have energy.
There we go. All right, Damien, we're gonna let you go, man. We appreciate you coming on the show tonight.
Thank y'all.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
All
All right, later.
right. See you.
Say, but
Later.
turn that EC back on.
I know, man.
He's like, yeah, the hot box is coming.
It messes with the
With the phone
with
for
the
some
phone
reason.
for some reason.
Gosh.
All right. So we did see that David posted we can walk out to the pit and tag the other rider. And then
Tag?
No, we're allowed to have like walkie-talkies. Like, are you guys gonna have like a walkie-talkie on a bike?
I believe it did say that you're allowed to.
Go out there?
I don't know if there's like any exceptions or anything like that.
I got you.
I
Ham
think,
radios?
I think it said in the rules that we could have it in our helmet.
Really?
I think so.
Like NASCAR?
Yeah.
You can almost like have like AirPods in or something connected to your iPhone.
Connect to your iPhone?
Yeah, that's true.
What is it, like Scotia or not Scotia? Oh shoot, there's a couple of them that make them in for your helmet, but
No, I've seen them, and
Yeah.
they're like moto specific as well.
yeah.
So, but
here we
I just
go.
don't know if
Doug says walkie-talkies.
you can use
Walkie-talkies.
walkie-talkies.
Okay.
Do you guys have walkie-talkies?
I know my dad does.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, Bobby definitely has some. I've seen them.
Okay.
We need at least 3 walkie-talkies, because
I got it.
sure enough, like you guys aren't going to slow down enough to hand off walkie-talkies and put it in a
Yeah.
saddlebag or anything.
Put it in my Camelback before I go.
There we go.
Now, is there
Yeah.
like a tag or anything you guys got to carry with you the whole time?
It might be the wristband thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay,
maybe the
the
wristbands
wristband
like we
thing.
do for the buddy race,
Yeah.
but I'm not 100%
I
sure.
wasn't sure. I know that's what we do, like wristband, like at the tag with our number when we do a couple buddy races. But
Yeah, we've been reading over the rules still, so some of it is some of it might take us a couple more seconds to get figured
I
out.
got
But
you.
I think we got enough people around us that it'll be fun. We'll get it.
Yeah, we're going to
So-
get it. So I'm,
Mhm.
I know there's some strategy that you guys are holding back from us. So
Yeah. We run big tires, small tires.
do we have big tire setup if it rains that hard?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm taking all my tires I have.
He's coming to win, boys. So you guys better strap it up.
All right, listen, I can barely afford to even get a set of tires, so I'm going to run what I got, and that's what we're going to do. If it goes flat, I'll just keep going. I'll run it on the rim. I don't care.
I have a question for you guys. All right. What gas are you guys running? Because, and I'll tell you why this. I have to mix T4 with Dominator for my boy's Cobra, his 50. So I went down to the local BP guy, and the last time I bought it was $76 for 5 gallon. I walk in with like $80 in my hands. I was like, 80 or 90. He's like, it'd be 96, please. I'm like, well, 96 octane? He said, no, $96. I said, $96 for 5 gallon for T4. Holy crap!
That's, I believe, C12 is like the same price.
Jesus.
I run 93 octane from the pump.
93 octane from the pump.
That's right.
Hey man, I tell you, that's what I'm running now. I
Yeah.
used to steal a little bit of the T4, put in my bike. Not anymore.
I run bone stock motors, everything.
Yeah.
We can run 93 all day.
I just like the smell of the BP.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
smells good.
I don't really smell anything off mine,
Really? You don't smell nothing? Just,
unless I'm used to
you
it.
just might be used to it.
You want to talk
You
about
get
some
me-
smell? Oxygenated fuel. That
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
will like choke you out.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Who runs that?
I don't know who runs it anymore, but it was a
Well.
big thing at one point. And I know for a fact I ran it in one of my bikes and people complained about it. And I was like, well, it can't be that bad. And then I followed some people that were running it and I couldn't breathe.
Wow.
I don't know which.
That's some
stuff it
strategy
is,
right there.
But is it like the MRX02 or U4?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Can't pass me if you can't breathe.
Yeah. Yeah. So the last thing that I saw in the comments was that David can help be mechanic. So
There you go.
that's good news.
We're getting it.
Get the team dialed together.
We're getting the team dialed together. We're gonna have some good pit stops. Well, we don't really need any pit stops, do we?
No,
Hopefully not.
I didn't think that about at the buddy race, but
you might needed some, huh?
Apparently the Yamaha guys might need to.
So here's my question. So are all three of you are you going to be sitting in the impound area the entire time?
I think Chase's dad was planning on like trying to park somewhere close.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that way, if we were hanging out, we're still like close enough that we can
Right.
jump on our
Right.
bikes. And
What about a pressure washer? You guys have water and pressure washer. Maybe if it's a muddy, maybe hose the bikes out.
we have the RV, so whatever
okay.
in the water tank there.
Oh, he's like, no one
We're-
needs showers. No one needs showers. We're
they are.
Nah.
They gave us permission already. They said that there was going to be a couple people in the camper. If we need the water, we can do
Use
what
it.
we need.
I got you. Okay.
There
I'm
we
just,
go.
I'm just trying to think of everything. You know?
You got to think of everything when it comes to these races.
Yeah, that's right.
9 hours. I mean, you might have all kinds of weather situations. You might have dust, you might have rain, and then you might have dust again by the end of the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 9 hours is a long time. So that was one of the things that we talked about too. Like even if Walker Fowler and those guys show up, 9 hours is a long time.
It's a long time, a lot of time for stuff to happen.
Right.
Yeah. So you could be Walker Fowler, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything 9
No.
hour down the
Yeah,
road.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, things break, things happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a breakdown at the 10 hour out the Heartland Challenge last year.
Yeah. So anything's possible.
Anything's definitely possible for sure. I mean,
So a question for you guys. What do you guys feel like? So you're going to say if he would go out first, you would go out first, and then Damien or second, and then Damien go out third or whatever. By the time it's your turn to go back around, the track's going to look totally different.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be way different.
So how's
Yeah.
that going to be for you guys? Like reading the track, are you guys feel pretty good about that, or how's that going to be?
I never walked the tracks anyways. So for me, it's always like the first time. So
every time it's the first.
yep. So as far as the track conditions go, then I don't think it's going to bother me any because it would be no different than any other race.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, that's good
I
stuff.
don't know how Chase feels about it or how Damien's feeling about it, but
I can bring my extra e-bike and we'll bike it.
yeah, there we go.
There you go.
We'll
Bike
get a
it
good
during the
look.
race.
Bike it.
There you go.
Um,
All right, well, we've been talking about the track a lot. Why don't we get the track builder,
the track builder.
the track
Man, we
builder,
have this-
designer, and racer? He's racing this weekend, right? I'm assuming, right?
Is he allowed?
Yeah, isn't
See
it
you
him?
later.
Isn't it him, Bronny, and Stephen Harrell?
We're
I
gonna.
think.
Oh wow.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's what they said on Harvey's show.
Okay. That's a solid team.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
solid.
But
team
we're
for sure.
better. But we're better, right?
Hey, we got to keep it up, right? As long as we have 100% faith in ourselves, that's all that matters.
That's right.
Hello.
Hey, Tanner.
What's going on?
Hey,
Hey, man.
it's Cooper and Brandon from the SplitLine Show. Thanks for coming on tonight, man.
Yeah, you bet.
Are we? Are you currently working on the track?
I literally just sat down to eat dinner and just hopped out of the skid steer. So yes.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
nice. You've been putting a ton of work into that track, haven't you?
Oh my gosh, you have no idea.
So, what's this kitty litter line that we've been hearing so much about? Like, we were talking about it a little bit, and some of these guys haven't heard about it. By the way, we have Devin Masters and Chase Allison in studio right now. They're part of the SplitLine team, so we're coming for you guys this weekend.
Okay, well, bring it on.
That means give us all the secrets on the track.
Yeah,
right?
that's what we're saying.
All right, so the litter box is 150 tons of sandstone dust, basically, sand. It's about 3 feet deep, maybe 50 feet long. It's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna get super whipped out. Little touch of Florida here in PA. I have probably 80, maybe 100 ton of mulch as well. Same deal, like kind of like a box. And then there's there's 2 tire crossings that are about 30 feet wide a piece. And just all kinds of cool stuff.
Nice,
Oh, wow.
nice. So there's definitely enough room for multiple lines in this section.
Oh yeah.
We were hearing Jeff Harvey was in our comment section, was talking about how it's going to save roughly 45 seconds to take this line.
Yeah, that's what Seth was talking about today. Should be 45 seconds.
Wow.
Are you going to test it out just to make sure?
What's that?
Are you going to test it out just to make sure?
I'm going to take the 90 over it, yes.
Oh, the 90. Off the
I don't want to be called, I don't want to be called a cheater or anything taking my fault across it. But
Okay. Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
If you can take a 90 across it, there's no excuses for you guys.
Well, I mean, a 90 on Thursday is going to be different than a
450
400
hours.
400 450s.
No excuses. No excuses.
Right.
Can we at least get a video of it? Like you can post it
Oh, yeah,
after the race, but I just want to be able to see you go across it on a 90.
Yeah, I'm going to take a video tomorrow. I'm trying to get everything done here tonight, and still got quad stuff to do as well. So, yeah, definitely going to post up a video tomorrow, like as a teaser and that.
So Tanner, what's more exciting for you? Because this is a huge event that you're being able to host out at your property. Is it more exciting to be able to host an event, build a track, or are you more excited for the race itself? I feel like you're juggling a lot of things here right now.
So it's both. I'm excited, 50-50. I'm super excited to be, hopefully this is one of many, so a first of many annual events here. I'm making sure the track's awesome, keeping Seth and Ronnie in line there, hauling a bunch of stuff in, fixing everything up. That was my dog. He just got bit.
Oh, you
and then, I'm really pumped to race it because I've always wanted to do the Heartland, and I've always been super busy, and it's such a far drive out there, and obviously now the race is literally in my backyard.
Yeah, we that's what we've heard from so many people saying, like, the Heartland Challenge is always a bucket list race, but it's just so far out there, and then now it's like, we have this here. I'm really excited to see that this race is happening here, but then also hear so many people talking about how they want it to be an annual thing. And it's really cool to hear that it's not, a one-off race is not the goal at hand at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the other thing that's really awesome about the whole thing that I'm seeing is, it's not just a Kenda race. There are literally so many companies, big companies, small companies, you name it, across the board that are throwing money at this thing and, making sure that it's going to be just awesome and, again, an annual event.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. And what we talked about this in previous shows, that this is like where you're located. Like I want to call it the tri-state area of Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia is kind of the heart of ATV off-road racing. So it's in the perfect location, in my opinion.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
So, going into this race, I've heard a lot of people say like they're waiting till they get there to sign up, and not really pre-registering. Are you expecting as huge of a turnout as what we're kind of anticipating as well?
I am. So I talked to Seth and Ronnie about this, among a lot of other things, but their average local race for a new East Coast race is 1,200 people. That's what they average.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would think just with the new East Coast following, they're going to get that number. Plus, I know that there's guys, that are registered from Florida, Iowa, Indiana, New York, you name it. I mean, there's going to be so many people. Where I hope it turns out, that it's maybe 3,000-4,000 people. I mean, that'd be incredible.
Yeah. No, I think that's I think it's a realistic goal for sure. And you're seeing people like entering I feel like, sometimes like your pro class is one of your smaller classes, but man, I think it's going to be a big pro class that you guys are entering this weekend. So I'm really excited to see the race up front. I don't think anybody is going to be able to walk away with it just because there's so many variables that can happen in 9 hours. Like, we talked about the possibility of mud. You never know what you're going to get in that amount of time. And, the weather patterns around this time of year are so unpredictable. So it's going to be a fun time for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
So do we have an exact mileage on the track?
I believe it's right over 9 miles.
Okay. I was curious. What about lap timing? Do you lap time on it yet?
I haven't heard anything on that. Like I said, I've just been working, and what I was doing the last half hour was I brought another like 40 ton of it's same stone dust, and I'm covering up some rocks in the woods just to make it, that it's not so sharp and all that stuff. So it's going to be awesome. I mean, we're definitely putting the time in, and I mean, I think you both have raced here before, Devin and Chase. The place it's rocky, but and there's a bottom, and they've really ran around the rocks as much as they could. And then, like I said, the skid steer there, we're just, if there's 30 feet of rocks that we need to go across, we're trying to cover them up. That's definitely for the youth, but, then for the adult rates as well, just, so there's not any sharp rocks or anything like that. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. I mean, the track's going to be sick. This great PA dirt up here, I can't say it enough. It's just going to be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, the property there is definitely awesome. There's lots of different ways you can run the track around to avoid some of the sections that might be a little rough, considering the number of riders that everybody's anticipating to be there.
Right.
But it's great. The way the property lays, you don't have any steep drop-offs that you can't use. There's not so many rock sections you can't go through somewhere. And there's a lot of cool features that you can use for different things for people to be able to see. So I think Tanner's got an awesome place there, and he's got a really awesome motocross track, but I don't know if he's going to let us on it.
I think they're going to touch it. They're not going to run the whole thing. They're worried about the dust a little bit, which I can't blame them. So.
Right.
Yeah, no, that definitely is something to take into consideration. So.
Right. I mean, it's 9 hours of havoc, and everybody's going to be flying around, so we want to make sure it's safe as possible as well. So.
Right. Absolutely. So, you yourself are going to be racing in this weekend as well. What's your team that you have showing up to the line this weekend?
So, as of right now, it's just Stephen Harrell and myself.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, things could change. I don't know. I've been too busy working on the track and stuff. I'm like, listen, everybody else figure it out. I'll race with whoever. I don't care.
Yeah. So we've heard a lot of like teams like not solidified. I was expecting a lot of teams to be solidified like way out in advance. And I think the fact that your track is so close to home and so close to, like we said a little bit ago, that nucleus area of the ATV XC world, it makes it to where people don't have to plan so far out in advance. And like you go over to the Heartland Challenge, like if people are going out that far, they know who their team is. But I think what's cool is like you guys are gonna you're gonna find out a lot of teams when you show up to the line Saturday morning.
Yeah, definitely. I think the other thing too is not a lot of people have ran the Heartland. So this is so new and something so crazy out of the realm of things that nobody has an idea of how to plan for it.
Yeah. Yeah, and
then,
we heard a lot of we've heard several 2-man teams. That might be a ticket for for like you guys that are XC2, XC1 riders. I mean, you're plenty capable of splitting up a 9-hour race between just 2 guys and running at a really competitive, if not win pace. So I think it's cool that you're going to see a combination of that. And we were talking last weekend, and there's a chance that the Coal Train might be up in the Ironman class. So, I mean, you never know what you're going to get with races like this.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I'm more excited to see how it all ends up at the end of the race, and what happens during. I mean, like I said, nobody's really done it. Not enough have done it to be able to say like, this is what we're gonna do. Like, like everybody runs a 2-hour national. Everybody knows what to do. You're used to it. You prep for it. You do all that. This is so different. Nobody has any idea of what to expect.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's going to be a good time for sure. But before we let you go, I wanted to touch real quick on your GNCC season so far. How do you feel like your season's been going, and what are you looking forward to coming off of summer break? Like, what tracks are you looking forward to going to?
So I thought I was really in shape. So coming off of last year, I got third in Pro-Am, and partied and did all kinds of crazy stuff last year. So this winter, I'm like, man, if I put forth like 110%, kind of like the Devin Feehan theory, I'm like, what is going to happen? So I literally, I'm not making the joke up. I was running 2 miles twice a day, like biking twice a week, 30 miles a piece, like riding 3 days a week, doing everything I could. And what I did is burnt myself out. Not mentally, but physically. So I've been working on my diet and, getting myself back. And I mean, everybody that knows me knows I'm skinny as a rail. So I have no fat reserve, after the, hour and 20 or hour and a half mark, whenever you're burning on the other stuff, I don't have that. So, just getting myself back in line. At the beginning of the year, finishing a race was an issue, and I'm finishing the race now. It's at Snowshoe. I got 5th, I believe. Yeah, 5th and something, maybe 17th overall, 16, whatever. But I finished. Get off the quad, and I still feel like I wouldn't enjoy it, but I could run a 2-mile, jog if I needed to. So this summer is just going to be focusing on keeping the bike together, riding, and keeping myself together mentally, physically, everything. All of the above. So. After summer break here, I'm really pumped to see what I can do and get ready for next year.
We've heard a lot of guys that has done that, trying to go into the next level and kind of pushing themselves too much because they think that's what they need to do, and that's a hard situation to. I think we probably all done it at one point, just kind of push ourselves way too hard.
Yeah, and like I said, it was just in my mind that if I put forth 110% effort, what is going to happen? I just had that goal in my head, and I mean, I never worked out, more than if I hop on a bike, it was because I was bored, something like that. I read and I, dicked off and did whatever, and then this winter I literally, I went to bed at 9 o'clock, was getting up at 9 o'clock, running, taking a nap, I'd eat. I'd, go do something. It was literally, work out for 3 months, and it, just blew myself out. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I think everybody has to go through some kind of struggle to be able to figure out what works for them. So, like, Feehan is incredible in the way that he does his stuff because he trains nonstop. He's ridiculous with it, like very.
Yeah, if you want to feel bad about yourself, just follow Devin on Strava.
Yeah, like he's very on point with his schedule. He knows exactly what he's doing, but just because that works for one person doesn't mean that it necessarily works for the other person. So to copy somebody's program is probably not the best way to approach it, I guess. You just need to find like a happy medium somewhere. Like, okay, can I do this? Well, that didn't work. So let's try backing up and using part of what I've learned so far, and then kind of stepping down a little bit and doing some other things that might be a little more beneficial to you. So it's definitely a hard thing to learn.
Yep. Yeah. And you have to go through it to be able to learn.
Yeah. So
it's a sucky part about racing and, many other sports, but you just have to do it and learn from your mistakes and build on it. So. Right.
Yeah, and it's not like you have a coach or somebody that's behind you going like, do it this way, do it that way. Most of us are all doing it by ourselves. So you're like, oh, well, try this, try that.
It makes it tough. Makes it tough for sure.
Yeah.
I do know this. I'm definitely going to keep drinking Twisted Tea.
Oh, okay.
Definitely helping.
Which flavor?
All of them.
All of them.
So we know who we don't want to see in a gas station.
He gets smacked.
No, if you see me in a gas station that don't have twisted teeth, that's who you don't want to see.
I think we have one more question from the listeners. They want to know if the youth is going to run the litter box.
They are.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
We can't let let the kids not have any fun. I mean,
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, they're going to run the whole challenge section, I believe. It's challenging, but we want to have everybody having fun, so it's doable. I actually have a little buddy of mine that I'm getting into racing. He's 6 years old on a TRX 90, and he went right up over the tires. So I mean, nothing's hard. If you wreck on it, you're an idiot. Just throwing that out there. So no, it's going to be super cool. And again, track's gonna be sweet. Just come race it. You're not gonna regret it.
No, yeah, we're all excited about it. It's going to be awesome. The one thing that we were talking on our team strategy over here, and talking about what we're going to do over here. And while we were talking to these guys, we realized that Chase is an old high school all-star track sprinter.
He's
So,
talking about all-star.
Yeah, I don't know about that far.
No, we're going all-star.
He's talking yet, man. He's talking yet.
So with that being said, and we know that it's a running start, man, we might have a little bit of advantage there.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Tanner's
Like
even
I said,
taller than me,
bring it
though.
on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Andy's been running. He just told us that he's been running. So I mean,
He's jogging 2 miles, 2 more miles than I've ever jogged.
he said he was 2 miles after he raced. He could do that, but what's he doing when he's not racing?
Yeah, but sprinting and jogging are two different things. Like now they between Tanner, they have an all-state wrestler on their team there as well.
Yeah,
So
Steve Harrow.
Steve Harrow with the wrestling program behind him.
Hey, we're tall. We got that stride,
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
He's a little shorter, so I mean, his legs have to move twice as fast to keep up with us.
That's right. That's
Now
right.
I feel attacked.
Hey, every time when the deeper that you put that sand, the more you're thinking about, man, this height's going to help out, huh?
Oh, I love it. Every time I'm making something, I'm just like, this is gonna be so sick,
That's cool.
I'm gonna rail this.
That's cool.
No,
And I really think it's awesome that this is something that you could really look forward to having in years in advance, and maybe even further out of past your racing career. This is something that you could really attach your name to and have it out at your place year in and year out. I think it's a really awesome thing.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, I'm obviously gonna be racing. I don't see myself quitting anytime soon.
Yeah.
Even if I'm 30 and running the vet class or some kind of something, whatever, I'll still be totally into it and, trying to further grow the sport. So,
Yep. That's awesome. Hey, don't talk about 30 like it's too old. There's two of us sitting in here that's over 30. So, we still feel pretty young.
Well, you know what? Listen, I have a funny story actually. So I turned 21 and, you go to get a beer and I didn't get carded like a bunch of times. Well, now I'm 25 and, on your birthday. So I was down in Florida for my birthday. It's February, and go to the local bar there and, hey, I'll get a twisted tea, of course. And I need to see your ID. I'm like, I didn't get ID whenever I was 21 and now I'm 25 and you're making me get my card out and it's my birthday. And then you have to make me say, how old are you? And I said, 21. I mean, 25. And I'm like, halfway to 30.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Knees hurt, crack in the morning, elbows hurt. I mean, it's getting bad. It's just, they say it's just a downhill after 20 or whatever.
Oh, dude. Once 30 hits, dude, it don't feel about 31, 32. I'll be turning 34 in like 2 weeks, and I'm like, I'm gonna be 35 next year. Well, what the heck, man? It's getting ridiculous.
It happens quick, Brandon. We're almost looking at the 40+ class.
Oh my gosh,
approaching. Good Lord.
It's getting rough.
Hey, time flies and you're having fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I feel like I'm 20. 23, maybe 24. after I get the body warmed up when I get out of bed.
There we go. Hey, Tanner, we appreciate you coming on the show tonight for sure, man. Awesome having you and hearing about the track and everything and your season so far. Before we let you go, though, we have to ask you a couple of questions. This is the toughest question of the show. If you had to pick one fast food restaurant and one candy for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Arby's.
Arby's. That's a first.
Let me think.
What you getting from Arby's? You getting the double roast beef? What?
Oh yeah, that number 3. Number 3. Just give me all that meat.
Oh yeah.
Let me think. Candy. I do have a sweet tooth. This is hard. Probably frozen Reese's.
Okay.
Oh, man. Hey, I tell
Richardson.
you what, Cole Richardson said that if you don't eat Reese's frozen, like you're not even like, are you even doing it?
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
100%. Kit Kats as well.
I thought maybe he was going to say Twisted Tea.
Yep, Kit Kat's frozen as well. Twisted Tea, if you can consider that a candy, right? it's a treat.
It's sweet
a treat.
Oh,
yes, it is.
All right, man. Well, good luck this weekend and enjoy yourself finishing the track up before the weekend. And yeah, man, looking forward to seeing how the turnout goes and how the racing goes. And man, just really awesome to see this coming out east. And yeah, good luck this weekend, man.
Hey, thank you, and thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
All right, later. All right, guys.
Whew.
Man,
it's hot.
Little track preview. You guys talk to competitors a little bit.
What you guys feeling? How you feeling?
I'm
nervous.
Strategy at this point is just to win.
That's right.
Nothing more than we can do, right?
Do you guys both run thumb throttles or twist?
I run thumb.
You run thumb?
I run thumb.
You run thumb? Okay.
Yeah.
I was curious.
So
yeah.
So yesterday I sent Brandon, I saw this video, and I know it's been done before.
We were trying to convert him over the weekend to try a dirt bike, and
I would try a dirt bike with a thumb throttle.
Seth Wilson. He has a dirt bike with a thumb throttle.
Does he?
Yes.
I would try. I mean, I feel like
he's like,
Nah.
do you ride dirt bike?
No, I mean, I had one before. I just never, I didn't like it. So,
Okay, so here's the thing. When I was younger, I was like, no, it looks stupid. But at this time of my life, I'm past the point of looks.
it would have helped me when I first got on a bike.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I don't need. Now I'm like thinking about converting a quad to a twist throttle.
I understand that because you ride the dirt bike more.
Yeah.
I'm kind of weird. So I ride dirt bikes sometimes. I don't ride them all the time, but it feels more natural to have the twist throttle on the dirt bike and more natural to have a thumb throttle on a four-wheeler. So it doesn't really affect me going back and forth. But like if I'm going to be on a dirt bike, it needs to have a twist throttle. If I'm going to be on a four-wheeler, I need to have a thumb throttle.
I feel like I could have more control with a thumb throttle though.
Yeah. I mean, Hunter Hart runs a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Brett Music and them, he runs a twist.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
I mean, Hunter ran the twist. Hunter ran the twist out of necessity when he broke his wrist. Back when he was in youth, I think he broke his wrist and he wasn't able to hit the thumb throttle anymore. So they ran a twist throttle for a while. Then he liked it so much he just stayed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's the story.
Yeah.
If it works, it works.
That's right. That's right.
He's going faster than I am. So
maybe that's the key, guys. Got to run the twist throttle and get a little faster.
I don't know. I feel like if you take a vote, the majority is going to rule thumb throttles.
He's like, it's like it. So this is a little bench racing. What do we? How you guys feel? How the XC1 class is going to turn out after spring break? After the big snowshoe incident. Anybody?
I think it's going to just be a dogfight.
Dogfight.
I think Bryson's going to come back not very happy that he lost the big points lead that he had.
Yeah.
And he's probably going to try to throw in some heaters.
I just hope that it's a good, clean racing from here on out.
Yeah. Do you think the Walker's kind of like he kind of sees blood in the water right now? Like he's been down. Like he's
sure.
He's like at first he's like if snowshoe didn't go that way, he's probably like I think I'm done. I think I'm done for. But now he's like, oh, dude, blood in the water.
I think he's definitely found his groove now, and he's going to be coming back for more, especially since he knows it's so close. but I would like to see the repeat of 2014 where Fowler and Borch were side by side going into the finish at the last race, and whoever got it was the champion.
Yeah.
So
Chase and I were talking before you guys decided to show up, right before showtime. And we were talking about how I'm just joking. How Brandon and I we were hoping for no breakdowns, just a good race to the finish. But since one had a breakdown and now both have had a breakdown, it makes it kind of back to even a little bit. So it's nice to see that going into the summer break. But there is an 11-point gap, and we were also saying that in order for Walker to take the lead back, he's going to have to win. Assuming they go 1-2, he's going to have to win 3 of the 4 races to take the lead back.
Now Walker had one off the podium, right?
I believe so.
But other than his DNF or not DNF, he DNF'd, didn't he?
I think at this point they have both had one off the podium, both coming from not finishing the race.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Walker ended up finishing second. You're thinking about when he flipped it at High Point.
Maybe.
He ended up finishing second that race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Walker's not finished worse than second all season, but it's just the fact that it's the fact that Bryson has won so many straight races. He won what, 5 in a row?
Yeah.
Was going for 6 in a row.
I was going to say, if you finish second all season, but then the person that you finish second to is the same person, that kind of hurts your chances a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do think it was cool that at the end of the race when they were interviewing Walker, he made sure that he was like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure he's okay," and made sure to ask and make sure that Bryson was fine. And then as soon as he knew he was fine, he was like, "All right, we're even now." Yeah.
Walker's a cool guy, and I really thought that was cool to see him get the win at Snowshoe. He has basically claimed, that is, I guess, Fowler Mountain now, right?
Yeah, it's Fowler Mountain. Yeah,
because he's won more races than anybody else there. He beat McGill for the total races there. So he's.
That's his mountain.
That's his mountain now, I guess. But no, it was good to see him get that win. You could tell that win meant a lot to him. Watching him up on that podium, it was like a big weight lifted off his shoulder because he hadn't won since March or April.
Yeah,
something like that.
I believe it was like round 4 or 5. Maybe?
I believe so.
So, I'm looking at the schedule. So, I'm giving Fowler the Mountaineer. I think he beats him because it's more technical. And then they go to Millfield, which is the Burrow, John Pitton. So, that could be a toss-up.
I think it's Bryson.
And then I give the Buckwheat back to Fowler. So then that leaves Ironman, which that's usually Bryson's territory.
So if that happens, then you're going in. Are you going into if you split?
If you split all 4 races, Bryson would have to get like a 3rd or a 4th, right?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, they split them.
I think if Walker wins 3 in a row, that should put him into Ironman.
With a 4-point lead.
Yes. Given that Bryson finishes second to him every time.
Yeah.
Then it should still come down to whoever wins it Ironman.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So,
oh boy.
It's going to be this season has really been good battles all season long throughout all the pro classes. All the XC2 classes has been a lot of fun to watch for sure. Even on the bike side, it went from being a boring season, and unfortunately with Ben Kelly going out for the past 3 rounds, it's turned into a really exciting season. And who do you guys think is going to take the win there? That's good. That's a toss-up as well.
Well, I was actually going to ask about XC2 on ATVs and then move over to the other ones.
Okay.
And Chase could probably comment on this a little bit better since he's in the same class. But what do we see from Jay coming back from summer break? Do we see Jay come back and try to dominate all of them? Or do we see Jay come back and maintain his points lead to win the championship?
Well, I say he keeps doing what he's doing.
He's only lost 1 race so far.
And he has 8 wins.
Yeah.
So realistically, he needs 2 wins, and he has it.
I know that. I'm just saying, what kind of riding do we see from Jay? Is he just going to go out there and cruise? Or now that he's got a taste of the overall podium, is he going to try to push for the first?
I think he's just going to go and push because he wants that podium.
If you guys haven't already listened to our show with Jay, make sure you go back and listen to that. But talking to him last week, I really feel like that snowshoe podium it didn't feel like an end goal. It felt like that was something that kind of like that lit a fire underneath of him to where like he feels like he might belong with those guys, or he does belong with those guys.
He raced with them the whole 2 hours.
We were there. We watched the race, and he was with them the entire race. He was with Walker. He was with Hunter. He was with Devin the entire race. It was those group of guys, and he looked like he belonged. So my prediction is I see him winning the next 2 races, taking the championship, and I think you see him on XC1 row in Ironman this year.
I think he's going to go for the overall for sure. I think he's just going to try to push as hard as he can to win.
from XC2 or Ironman?
I believe he's going to.
I think he's going to go for XC2.
Yeah, I think he's going to stay back and go for an overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Jay pushes himself pretty good. In the interview on the podium, he said that Walker had a little bit more than him at that point in the race to be able to pull out that win. But he said if it would have been like the old days where we had 2 checkpoints and they got to run Howard's Hole again, that he thinks he could have won.
I tell you what, man, his line through Howard's Hole was wild. And you can even see it in the highlight video how fast.
Which line was it?
I don't know, but
in the video.
But in the video, all I saw was a blur. Just a blur of him going through Howard's Hole. I think he was.
No one else was taking it, I don't think.
At one point in time, I think he passed like 3 guys in Howard's Hole at one time.
I will say that I don't think the rest of the season is going to be as easy for him to win. I feel like Wyatt has a point to prove.
Yeah.
And he wants to show that he can run there. He's got the speed to do it, but he wants to be able to put in the finishes for it.
Yeah. Brandon Owens, too. I think he didn't have the best ride at Snowshoe. I'm not sure really what happened to Brandon there, but didn't sound like his bike was running real well when he came by.
Something was wrong. It was just cutting out.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like when he came up the hill beside of us. He's the only one to beat Jay so far this year. Wyatt's been riding really well, but we're back in West Virginia, and that's where Brandon Owens is from. I know we're talking about this now, but we've still got like 2 months for this happens.
Yeah. No, I think it's good to do that, though. I think it's good to get the excitement still going and not give it too much of a break, right?
We are hype men.
I think you're right, though. I think Brandon's going to be right there, too. So I think you're going to see a good toss-up. You're going to see Steve. You're going to see Brandon, Wyatt, Jay. These guys are going to go at it. And then you can go to the dirt bike side and look at them, and I think that battle is going to be tight, too, especially since Jordan Ashburn got a confidence booster going into summer break with the points lead.
Yeah,
the points lead and his first win. That taste, once you guys win, you know how it feels. It's
once you get that first one, it feels like everything's lifted.
Right.
He's had the speed to do it forever. It's really exciting to see. Now he has the white backgrounds. Brandon's really pushing for the
Dale Earnhardt look.
Brandon's really pushing for the black and the bike out and going for the Dale Earnhardt look
with the red 3. You want to have the black?
That'd be really awesome. Actually,
I
think that'd be super good.
We told him that he has plenty of time to grow the stash in
for the Dale Earnhardt stash.
Yeah.
He's got to make sure he wears the sunglasses
the
and the cowboy
aviators.
hat.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do it.
So
I'm sure Aaron Plessinger would give him a hat or something.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be good. I know a lot of people were starting to guess that Ben Kelly was going to go into the summer break with the points lead still, but I'm glad Jordan was able to pull out the win and prove everybody wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has anybody heard from Ben Kelly? Like anything on Instagram? I haven't seen. Has anybody else seen anything?
I saw a post from him the other day that just said that he was daydreaming about riding.
Okay. Anything?
So you never
seen anything.
He doesn't talk much on Instagram. You never know what you're going to get there.
I haven't seen anything. I'm just curious if he's coming back. Is he coming back?
I can't see him not.
I'd imagine.
And another big story. Did you see Thad Duvall race fast tracks over the weekend?
I did see that.
Yeah, did you see JoJo said that he got the best of him, but he still got the chick?
Yeah, JoJo, man, it's good to see him back out riding too, JoJo Cunningham. But
that's another thing. We're gonna have a pretty stacked XC1 line on the bike side again when we come back from break.
Yeah, Stu came in off the couch basically.
Good.
Obviously he's still been doing stuff, but he wasn't doing as much. Came in and still put it on the top. So
yeah, how about Johnny Gerard's ride?
I called that beforehand.
Yeah,
how many shows ago was I on that I called he was going to come back to Snowshoe and he was going to be in the overall hunt?
I'm telling you what, man. I think that he is the. What did I said it off air? I've not said it on air yet.
Right.
I think
you
think
said
that-
he's an XKR. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think Johnny G is the next KR.
He's quick, man.
I really
He's
do.
fast.
I mean, you give that guy. I mean, look what he did off the couch. I mean, I know he ran some U.S. sprint endurance, but that's no 3-hour race.
No.
Yeah, but the dude's an animal. He was
That's what I'm
not
saying.
very far out of surgery, and he was already doing like wall sits and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. We
Holding
talked.
a cane.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we talked to him last week, and he basically said that the doctor said that where he broke his pelvis, it wasn't going to hurt him to
Anymore,
put weight on his pelvis. So he could basically do anything that he could handle as far as pain goes. And you saw him doing planks the next day. I mean, the heart of a champion. I think we talked about that last weekend, and I really think that once he lines up for XC1 next year, everybody better watch out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to go as bold in saying that he's going to win the championship next year, but I think give him a couple of years, maybe 2 years, and I think he's right there in the title hunt.
I mean, look at Craig DeLong. He doesn't have that much.
Look at Ben
experience in
Kelly.
XC1.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Kelly came in.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben Kelly was winning overalls from XC2. So,
yeah.
I mean, you got good riders there. You got a lot of talent. It just it makes it harder to decide who's going to be what every year because every single one of those guys are picking up their game just as much as the next guy. So,
I mean, let's face it. If Ben Kelly doesn't get hurt, he won the championship already. If he didn't get hurt,
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
he was riding like he was on rails out there, dude. Like nothing.
Well, let
was
me
bothering him.
ask you this question: when it comes to the XC1 championship and the last 4 races, how many races of the last 4 races do you think will be won by non-championship riders? Meaning people like Stu, people like Ricky Russell, people like Thad potentially, people like Josh Strang. Like we got a lot of guys coming back in that could win a race and that aren't even threats for the championship.
Johnny G.
Johnny G could potentially win from row 2.
I definitely see Ricky winning another one.
Another one, yeah.
He was not happy after Snowshoe. He felt like he should have had that one, and he was pretty close to having that one.
And like I said, the Mountaineer would probably be a good place for Ricky Russell. He likes those rocks. He likes it, rough and technical.
I mean, think about it. He feels like he should have won the Penton. He did win Mount Morris. He should have, in his mind, he should have won Snowshoe. And then now we're going back into
the Mountaineer.
the Mountaineer where he should be good again. So I think that he's somebody that you definitely got to watch out for. I mean, the championship riders could be battling for second.
Lyndon Snodgrass.
Yeah.
I mean, Lyndon's been having kind of a little bit of a low point in his season so far, hadn't he?
He started off strong.
Yeah, he started off really good, but we also have to consider he's got the next couple months to prepare to come back. So is it going to be like a reset like he was at the beginning of the season where he was up there?
Yeah.
Or is he going to come back still running where he's running right now? So,
Yeah. Him and Mike Witkowski have had really like weird years where they had high points and they've had low points.
And I like you said, Mike Witkowski. I mean, I think him coming off getting a nice break through the summer, I think he's going to come back strong.
Yeah.
Over the break.
Yeah.
That's what he did last year.
Yeah, that's what he did last year. I mean, he won the first 3 races in a row, and we thought, man, Mike might run away with that. And then since then, it's just kind of been up and down. So I think this break's going to be good for him, and I think that this break's going to be good for Lyndon as well. So it's going to be a lot of good racing for sure. So, hey, we have some comments here. Mr. Bobby Allison said that we need to get some SplitLine swag for the pits this week, and we'll definitely send you. Hey, we have some extra flea rags.
Yeah, I think we might need those. It's going to be kind of wet, I think. So
Yeah.
that'd be
We don't have
really
a lot. We're running a little thin on them, but we have some.
Hey, sounds better than none.
Exactly.
We got a pretty good response from those things last 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
Those things were everywhere.
Yeah.
I could see
Was
them
that
through
the
the mud
yellow one?
holes.
Huh?
Was that the yellow?
The
one?
orange ones.
Orange.
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
So I went and watched all the videos and pictures of Howard's Hole and everything, and I was like, playing like Where's Waldo, like pointing them out. Like there's 3 in this frame. There's like 2 over there. So we're gonna have to go do that again next year. We handed out over 200, close to 250 of them this year. We stuck a little bit. We left a little bit home so we wouldn't give every single one of them away.
I kept one.
And then the crowning jewel was having Walker take one up on the podium. Did you see that?
Yeah,
I saw that. And there were some other riders that had them on when they were riding.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw them in the videos, but
we gave them a couple. We gave a couple to riders when they were coming up.
We gave a couple to riders. I think there was a few other people that gave them to riders. Doug Kirk, yes, we are sending yours in the mail for sure.
Doug, you don't get one.
Doug's getting 2. Doug's getting 2.
You don't get one, you get 2.
So, do we have any more strategy talk before we get off this show?
What do you got, Chase?
I don't really know. I'd say it just really all depends on who's going out there first.
Ma'am?
See if we can match someone's speed up.
Mm-hmm.
Devin, before we leave here, I think we should have a foot race between you and Chase in the front yard.
If you want us to make it to the race, we should probably not do the foot race.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys need an extra bike, I know where there's a really nice Honda that never gets rode or raced at all.
Yeah, what's it have, like
I think
hours on it,
I think
maybe?
it's got a number 318 on it.
Yeah.
And it's sponsored by SplitLine as well.
It's even got the SplitLine logo on it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've seen it. It's a pretty nice bike.
Mhm.
It's a shame that nobody rides it.
Yeah, that's a shame. This is where quads come to die. Retire.
Here we go. Okay, Brandon, let's just announce it now. Next year, clear your calendar. We will enter this race next year.
Okay.
We'll have our A team, and then we'll have our B team.
Probably our C team by then.
We might have to be the C team by then. But Brandon, let's race it next year.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
All right.
Man, I'm gonna get some work on the quad.
You're going to have to get a set of handlebars.
We need to get a 3. Huh?
He's going to have to get a set of handlebars. Set them up
Brandon?
in your living room. So that way you can remember what the throttle looks like and where the clutch is.
Listen. We still need to get together and do a ride.
Yeah, I think Chase would be in for that too.
Yeah, let's do that.
We need to do that.
Maybe you guys can teach me how to hit some jumps and stuff.
Oh, we can definitely do that.
We can definitely do that.
That sounds good.
We can even teach you maybe how to throw a half whip.
Man, I
baby whip.
tried that at Breezewood last time I was there. I was sitting at the tabletop and I was like, I could throw a whip again. Like I used to be able to do this pretty good. And I was like, oh shit.
Throwing the whip's not the problem. It's bringing it back.
It is. I had it pretty sideways. Then I was like, oh boy, the landing's coming really quick.
I want to be able to throw like a John Blotto whip.
Oh, dude.
Having that height.
The height, it helps. Yeah.
I mean,
those legs.
I'm tall, but I
He's
never
really tall.
I never really practiced it or anything. The only time I ever really rode moto is going to down there in Georgia. It just closed down.
Durhamtown?
Yeah, Durhamtown.
They open back up. It's fine. Different name.
Different name.
Different LLC.
Yeah, we'll get the track 93 sometime, and we'll hit the motor track a little bit, and then I got that track out here. We can go to your place and ride. We just need to make it happen. We got 2 months before the next race.
Yeah, I said somebody should just build a moto track in my yard.
What do you guys think of doing like a J-Day style race for the quads? Half moto, half woods, 30-minute races.
I think it would be cool to do one, and then that would give an opportunity for your MX guys and your cross country guys to mix a lot more equal.
Yeah,
that would be probably one I want to try one on bike
because then it'd almost be like, are you racing a XC setup or an
that's why I was just
right.
So with that, would you have to make the woods make sure you have in mindful, like, are they wide enough for
I think the
motocross
woods
bike?
Quads are easier to set up and say, here, okay, you can go hit a jump on this.
Well, I mean, Gabe Phillips came out the pyramid a bunch with us and hit all the jumps out there on his XC quad.
Yeah, we used to race with Gabe a lot whenever he was that was back when Gabe was really like battling for
He actually won the XC2 championship that year, didn't he?
He did. He won the XC2 championship that year, and we taught him how to jump.
That's right, we did.
Yeah, so if we could teach Gabe how to jump, then we could teach you guys.
I think if you're going to do that, an XC quad is the way to go.
Okay.
I
Just
agree.
because you can fit the XC quad through the woods,
Yeah,
but you can still hit the jump.
But what about don't miss people, and don't get me wrong, because But don't most guys just take the stock Yamaha off the floor and just go race? Like that, you're most of your amateur guys.
Listen, I know.
No.
I know a guy.
They do in the stock class. They have the stock class now at the ATV.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like for the woods. Is it not wide enough? I mean,
it's too wide.
It's too wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people go -1.
That and then the everyone gets the LTR geometry and all that.
Yeah, once again, Suzuki saving the day.
Yeah.
Somebody else told me different.
So I know a guy, Jared Speakman.
Okay.
And that's where I was going to.
Okay.
This guy, he ran the full Mountain State Hare Scramble series, and you know how tight those tracks are.
Yeah.
Ran them with the stock Yamaha width, the wide width.
Did he put 4-1 wheels on it at least?
I don't know.
My Suzuki is
Jairus, if you're
stock.
listening.
My Suzuki is stock, but I have 4-1 wheels on it. Like my practice bike that I've ran at some of the nationals and stuff this year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pretty similar in width from the Yamaha to the Suzuki from the factory. But if you put 4-1 wheels on it, then it's not super bad.
Now, he came over here and rode one day, and he let me ride a little bit. We swapped, and it was noticeably a lot wider than my Honda. So, I mean, it's doable. It's doable. Now he is also a big guy, and he didn't mind just like running over stuff.
I never rode a stock or wider one.
Mhm.
I've only ever rode a stock X one.
The X one.
Yeah.
I always wonder why they stopped making those.
I did too. I don't understand. I always thought that the R's were like the bonus.
Right.
Like, yeah, that was the moto bike.
Right.
Like, why would they make just a moto bike now and not make the woods bike when most of your riders runs woods?
All the differences is just the
A arms and
the A arms and the rear
axle.
hubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
even the axle. You can put X hubs on the R axle, and it's
Oh, really?
yeah, it shortens it up.
Really?
Oh,
I would
I'm glad you
say
said that.
I used carb hubs on mine.
Really?
Yep.
I flip
okay.
my hubs around backwards on my stock Suzuki.
That's what you can do too on
Yeah.
the R hubs. You can just
Huh?
pound the studs out.
Yeah, you take the studs out
Flip 'em around
and then put them in
backwards.
the other direction, flip the hub backwards.
Oh, okay. Learning some wood stuff here, guys.
Brandon's wheels were spinning because Brandon.
I got a full motocross bike, right? Because that's all I rode, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it smaller. I actually found my nephew. He had he has an X model front end, never been used. He bought it off somebody. We were going to make his 250 Raptor back in the day, pretty sweet, but we went a different direction. So there's a whole stock X front end, brand new, never been used. I didn't want to spend like $1,000 on an axle. You know what I mean? So now you guys are telling me how to flip it around to make it shorter.
I didn't always have a budget for parts, so we had to make do with what we had.
Yeah.
So you learn a few tricks along the way.
Well, you know.
Listen, nobody knows tricks like my tricks. Brandon, do you remember my old stabilizer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let him know.
We're
Let him know.
We're at High Point, right? ATV National, and we're racing. What were we racing? B class that day.
Yeah.
We were running B class, pretty fast class.
I mean, fast motocross class.
We both come off the track. We're like, dude, it is so fast, and we're like wheel shake. He's like,
it was like racing on concrete.
It was.
Day. It was so hard packed and so.
That's before they switched the track where you used to like hit the uphill triple and then come down the hill.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember that or not.
Basically, was running backwards that section. Yeah.
And dude, you come off there and it was just like head shake, really bad. So he comes off, he's like, man, I don't have we couldn't afford a stabilizer, of course, you know.
Yeah,
So
stabilizers, you know, $500, you know.
He
I
takes
couldn't afford
apart we're like, what do you want to call it? Like the steering box kind of?
Yeah.
What do I like that? Runs black electrical tape around the steering stem to make it like where it's stiffer, bolts it back together, and he did that for each moto. He ran every time he came off the track.
It would give me, because, you know, in motocross, we had, 5 laps?
Yeah. Yeah.
We had 5 laps. It would give me about 3.5 laps of stiff handlebars. Nice, basically like a steering stabilizer. And then by after that 4th lap, it was just done again, ready to be retaped back up at the end. And these guys are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I got to do something. So.
I mean, we've done lots of crazy things. My steering stem bushings used to wear out. We'd take like pop cans and put around them to tighten them back up.
Have you ever zip tied your foot peg on and try to jump something?
Probably wouldn't surprise me. I've done a lot of
He's like, no way, dude.
Chase.
No
back
way.
in the day, we were balling with a budget
That's
over
right.
here.
Yeah.
Understand.
We were balling with a budget. The motocross track, I don't know if you could see the remnants of it over here.
Hey, they actually
on
mowed the
interstate.
grass.
I
Yeah,
saw
I
that.
did. You can
Hey,
see it better.
let's start a rumor that
Oh my
Pyramid's coming
gosh.
back.
I was waiting for it.
Hey
I was
guys,
waiting for
Pyramid's
it.
coming back.
Not really.
Pyramid Valley was right over here on the interstate. Like I could literally ride my bike from here to the track, and so I mean, balling with a budget. Didn't even have gas to get there. It is what it is.
I've showed up to the line before with the other guy standing on the line looking at my bike going, "You're not going to race that, are you?"
Right.
I'm like, I don't have anything else. So yeah, we're going to race this. But I've showed up before where ball joints were wore out and you take like some heavy duty zip ties and tie wire and wrap around the ball joint. So if it does come apart, you got something to catch it so it doesn't dig into the ground.
If you guys are listening, start taking notes, guys. Start taking notes because I'm taking notes about that hub stuff, man. I'm like, I've been trying to figure out how to do it.
Hey, Doug Kirk said that he raced a stock R last year and it fit through most of everything, but when it didn't fit, it really sucked.
Okay.
I think,
shoot.
Where's Wyatt when we need him? He runs a stock Yamaha at the locals. We were talking about this the last time when Wyatt was on the show and I was here and we were talking about my stock Suzuki. He said that he didn't mind running his stock Yamaha.
Mhm.
So he might have a little bit of input too.
Yeah. Send over some input, guys.
Hey, Chase, get his attention. My little boy's here. He was part of the show. Mommy's here.
Mom.
He said, "Thank goodness."
Oh, let's give it to little Bubba. He was a
He's been a trooper.
He's been a trooper. He's been sitting over here in the heat. He was not whining. He was doing a good job. There we go. Yeah. 6 years old, and he's his patience were just about out for sure.
I'm getting good at that.
Yeah, you are.
I need this board to stay right here.
Yep. So
We're gonna get some drops.
we're coming to the end of the show, guys.
Yeah.
We'll talk like real strategy after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to give all the secrets
We don't
away.
give
You
all
want
the
to keep
secrets
them
away.
guessing a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you do need bike tips on how to save money, definitely come back.
That's what we
We'll,
need to do. One whole episode of how to save money on like
Yeah.
We'd have to invite my dad.
Okay. Yeah.
Duct tape, guys. Wire tape,
Pool noodles. Is that for tire balls?
Yeah.
pool noodles with duct tape. Have you ever done that one?
I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
How'd they hold up?
Not real great.
Really?
How much duct tape you put on them?
I don't know. Probably whatever we had.
You see Ronnie walking out like the
No,
shopping cart at
no,
Lowe's with duct tape. Just full of duct tape.
Legit, guys. I would cut these pieces, the width of the tire, and I wrap them like 3 times in duct tape, stack them in, cut another one down, and run them this way in the tire. I swear they held up really well. And not only that, but like they gave a lot, and they gave you a lot of good traction too. Like I feel like the blocks sometimes are like really like, even if you let all the air out, they're still really like inflated, and you get a lot of wheel spin.
Mhm.
Where
I run 1.5 pounds with blocks.
that's
That's it.
which is basically nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically nothing. But I've ran tire balls before, and like you guys balling on a budget, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've had coal mining tire balls, which are heavy duty balls that they ran in their machines at a coal mine, MX balls, cross country balls, and then Walmart balls all shoved in the same tire just to take up space. So,
Oh, shoot.
I mean, whatever gets me to the track,
Yeah.
I'm not real picky. If the bike runs and moves in the forward direction, we're going to race it.
I love it.
I
That's
will
awesome.
say I for the couple years I did run the actual tire balls, and then when I switched to something else, I did notice a difference in the handling
Mhm.
Yeah.
for sure.
It's interesting how stuff like that makes big differences for sure.
I mean, I don't know. I think I've just ran whatever for so long at this point. I'll just ride anything that moves.
That's how I need to be.
Just ride. I mean, I think sometimes that's why some of the I don't know, like guys that are coming up through that are balling on a budget are usually faster. And then can you imagine like if you actually had a really nice piece of machinery that had everything it's supposed to have on?
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what happens. So what happens is
He builds a nice bike and
Yeah.
can't finish.
What happens is
runs better on the stalker.
you build this really nice bike and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to be on the same playing field as everybody else. And then what you do to adjust it is you go over and you just turn your head. You have somebody just start turning knobs on suspension and stuff and then come back and ride it. And you have no clue what it does. Then you can ride it better.
Yeah.
Works every time.
Works
I'm telling
every
you.
time.
Works every
So-
time. Works 60% of the time every time. So, hey, when you sign up your team, do you sign up like under a name? How's it work?
I'm not sure. Dusty was
We still
handling.
haven't thought of a name.
Yeah.
SplitLine Gatus Racing? I don't know.
Well,
Race Gatus
we had talked
SplitLine?
about that, and then Dusty said that he would just go ahead and take care of signing stuff up. So
Is Dusty the team manager?
I would say so.
Yeah.
He's put a lot of effort into this, and
I think I saw something about food. Abby was putting in there.
they said they were going to do hibachi on Friday.
Ooh.
Have you had a
So-
hibachi? I had one bite of it at Snowshoe, and it was delicious. So I'm just saying.
Well, Dusty's been putting a lot of thought into how this is going to happen. So I appreciate all the effort he's been putting into this. And it's super awesome to have people in your corner just to be able to say, hey, you know what? We're going to go run a 9-hour race. And then there's people who are all around you going, all right, we're going to make this happen.
That's awesome.
No,
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have that.
Yeah, like even Chase's family's like, oh, we're going to have the camper. We're going to get up there early enough. We're going to get a good parking spot. Like Dusty's getting up there. Dusty's trying to do as much as he can. He's helping sign up. He's helping do all this stuff. You guys are helping out. So it's awesome to just have people in your corner and be backing you to at least believe that you can do something. So hopefully we can show it in the results. So
Yeah.
So when we're doing hibachi, do we actually bring in like a hibachi professional, like you go to Shogun, chopping it up, or
she has like the
She had the flat iron,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
She got
the black iron.
okay.
Grill.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know if she like was stacking onions and making cool stuff or what.
But I don't think we do trains.
Volcanoes.
Yeah.
The
What-
volcanoes.
Well, some of them do the volcanoes. Some of them make like the choo-choo sound.
yeah.
Parker loves going to there. We actually we went there today for Parker's birthday, and they gave him a cupcake and stuff before he left, so he was excited about that.
Yeah.
But definitely want to make sure I give a shout out to him.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
Bobby Allison put happy birthday, Parker.
the big
David
7.
Hawkins, shout out to you. Appreciate you watching the show tonight. He's gonna be a big part of your team as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to have those guys coming up. I think it's going to be a good team. I feel that we could be seen as a little bit of an underdog team. Damien's 16. Chase has been running XC2. I've been running Junior A. Chase has had a couple bad luck races this year. I haven't exactly had the best season, so hopefully.
But you've had a really, really good local season.
Yeah, the locals are doing pretty good.
And I would consider this a local style track.
Yeah.
Aside from the 200 tons of sand and
Yeah, it is really cool though. Like me and Chase have got some experience on the buddy races together prior to this year, and then coming in and doing that, then being able to team up for the 9-hour and pull somebody like Damien in. It is really cool though for me and Chase to be competitors for so much of the season, but still be able to come together and be teammates when it comes to the team races and everything goes together really good. So he might have a different opinion on that. Maybe
No,
he might be
I'm
wishing
totally
he picked
with
a
you.
different partner.
No, I'm all in it for fun.
Yeah.
I just want to go out there and have fun. And I mean, I am looking for a good result, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. As long as I have fun.
That's the biggest thing, man. Having fun.
yeah, these
When
team
you're having-
races, that's what they're about.
Right. When you're having fun, that's usually when you do your best.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least you didn't have. At least you guys don't have to worry about entry fees and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, no, we don't have to worry about any of that. That's all taken care of for us. So that's super awesome. It's one race that we can just show up, ride the bikes, do what we need to do. We don't have to worry about any of the other stuff that comes with it.
Eat some hibachi.
Yeah, eat
Good
food,
food.
enjoy my cookies.
I picked the wrong race to go to.
I think it's a lot easier for the 9-hour race, getting support and stuff like that for your individual team than it is for you to get sponsors and everything
for a whole season for yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
So there's definitely a lot more people invested in it. And then, like I said, it's super awesome to be able to take your competitor for the majority of the year and then put them on your team.
Yeah.
And be able to ride together. I mean, I've had a good local season, but there's still a lot left to go. So me and Chase could battle down to the wire. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Zach, unfortunately, we're not going to be at the race, Shane and I.
I'll
He's
be in
going to
North
be
Carolina.
He's in Carolina racing, and I'm going to be at Lake Erie fishing with my pops. But if you plan on being at any of the other GNCCs, we're going to be at 3 of the. For you,
No.
You're going to a 2-wheel event. I think I get more grace from this crowd for going fishing
I don't know.
than maybe going to a 2-wheel
At
event.
least I'm racing. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Two-wheeler. A 2-wheeler though?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan, but
He rides them. He just said he rides 2-wheels.
Rides them, yeah.
I ride them occasionally. If there's a bike sitting around and somebody says, "Hey, you want to ride this?" And, I mean, I don't turn down anything that has a motor, but I'm not the greatest at it, and it's not my first choice. But at least we can put out some good content here for people to listen to on the way to the
That's
9 hour
right.
this weekend.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like we said at the beginning of the show, we appreciate you guys listening and like and share.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah. Do that again.
Do that again.
I will say, shout out to Zach. When we were at the buddy race, I came around and there was a bunch of people out there that when we tried to pass them, they tried to race you and stuff. And I caught up to Zach, and after we came in and switched and Chase went back out and his teammate went back out, he was like, "Oh man, that was super awesome." And he was like, "But I could feel you there. So I just wanted to try to come in." But he was riding good. So
Awesome.
He said he's just in it for the fun, trying to get the kids into it. And once things take off a little more, he said he might step back a little bit. But I think as long as he can do it, he better stick with it.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds like fun.
You ready to?
I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Any last words? Nothing else? No? All good? All right.
All right, Brandon.
Where's the music?
Take us out. Yeah.
Don't take us that week. Jeez Louise. Now, once again, if you like our show, support us. If you want to support us, support these guys that I'm getting ready to announce. Who you see walls. Guts Racing seat covers. They're the best. That's the pants right off of you. That's what I run. I'm not sure about him over there, but Chase over there, I'm not sure if he runs them one, but he needs to get on them. Seal savers, guys, save your seals. It's all about money, man. We're all talking about balling on a budget. I think what is like $25 or $30 for a set of them, and you get 25% off if you use the code capital S SplitLine.
Capital S.
25% off. SplitLine. All right. So
and they help out a lot.
They do. I run mine. They do like no dirt. I usually do a little video
Dirt,
afterwards.
dust, mud,
sand.
They can save your hands.
Yeah, they can save your hands. Some palm savers and stuff. Good stuff. It's that one right there. Yeah. Did you get it?
Not too high. Not too high. Just a little bit.
I'm joking. Got Sun Star chain and sprockets. That's what I love. I run. I was going over my chain today for the full gas sprint Enduro, the last one this weekend. Still looks perfection. Still looks great. I know Devin ran his at the Snowshoe.
I was impressed.
Is impressed. So 30% off with the code SplitLine30, right? Is it just SplitLine?
SplitLine 30.
SplitLine 30. So I thought. You know, Chase is blocking my view. I'm just
Just yell at me.
No, I'm good. No, you're good. You're good. No, SplitLine 30, guys. Save 30% off of SplitLine Sunstar chain and sprockets. And what are they made of, Coop?
Case hardened steel, baby.
I think Devin was wanting some kind of aluminum one or something. I don't know. He's getting
Doug,
fancy over there.
Can I get like some colored sprockets? Is that an option for my LTR?
That's too old.
See, here's the thing. Like this is how good the service is. We're on a podcast, and I guarantee you, Doug's going to answer you right now on the podcast before we get.
I doubt it.
The show.
No, I'm joking. So hook him up, Doug. If he whatever, 30% off. Lance, guys, Lance over at XC Gear, awesome handlebar clamps over there. Best there is. If you want to cut down on some vibration on the bars, a little bit of arm pump. I don't know. You guys need to get them for your quads. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You guys don't run Fast Flex, do you?
No.
Nope. I run Pro Taper.
Pro Taper.
Taper.
Just
XC gear.
oh my goodness.
Pro Taper CR highs.
Lance is over there pulling his hair out right now as he's
We're
listening.
gonna have Lance on the show here soon.
So guys, get on over to XC Gear, order your stuff off of them. We don't have a discount code for them, but they know where all the hype's coming from SplitLine over here.
That's right.
They also run a Hammerhead, right? I think Kurt loves his.
Yes.
So
for the mountain
get
bike.
them over there, and then once you guys get on that bike, get over here and race Devin once in a while. And I don't know if Chase is in a Mountain State Hare Scramble, but
Yeah, occasionally.
these guys might be out there racing. Go race them at the Mountain State Hare Scramble, and where they build champions. No, they don't build champions over there, right?
They don't make winners; they help build them.
That's right. Just the winners. I was going to think about champions.
You can't be a champion if you don't win.
That's right.
You gotta win before you can be a champion.
They gave up on me one season.
Do you though? Do you have to win to be a champion?
Well, if you're Ron Dungy, no. Oh, geez.
All right, guys, that is episode 83 for Devin Masters, Chase Allison, Damian Hawkins, and Tanner Walker. It's been a good show, boys. Appreciate you guys coming in tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
And we will we'll be watching to see how the team does this weekend.
Yeah, I better see the top 5. No, I'm joking.
I mean, I'd like to bring home the money so I can put some parts on my bike before.
Let's bring home the money, boys.
Let's bring it home.
All right, guys. Episode 83. We are out.
Peace.
All right. A lot of lively folks in the crowd tonight.